You're here on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez. What up, James?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good. You seem quite the way today.
What's that?
You seem quite the way today.
What's that?
Your volume.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Do you see a screen on there? I don't have a screen up on mine. It said video should start soon. Thanks for your patience.
You're on YouTube, so keep doing it.
What's that?
You're live on YouTube, so keep talking.
All right. We're just on Facebook.
I'll figure out what's going on Facebook.
I got a video, so
You? Okay.
yeah.
It's acting up on mine.
But anyways,
There it goes. Nope, it ended.
Omi Medina.
Oh, you know why it was on yours? Because you're an admin. That's why. It shows the stream. If it wasn't on for everybody else, it should just
Okay.
What's up, Mac? Isaac?
All right.
We're figuring out last minute stuff.
Now it ended. I don't know how to get back on there. There it is. Oh, nope.
What's up, Dame?
You guys are good.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got it figured out.
Technical difficulties.
All right. Well, how was your week?
It was super. Thanks for asking. It was all right. How about you?
Pretty good. Just a lot of working out, eating, and doing the little things that we're supposed to be doing.
That's what I hear. That's actually what I got done doing.
Yeah, I know.
It gives me night free. Yeah. Anyways, so what do we got? Well, we got a lot to tap on today. Actually,
We got the fights from this weekend.
we do, and also
Questions.
really like to tap on the situation over in Europe and wherever else. What, Japan, everywhere else
Yeah,
too.
get that. And then we got the Floyd Mayweather and Tank Davis situation going on.
Yeah.
That we should tap on about. I guess Floyd already committing Tank Davis to a fight with Lomachenko, which I think is pretty preemptive because Lomachenko hasn't even got past the Naras yet.
Yeah, I heard that.
I think they may need to slow down on that. I mean, I'm not saying Lomachenko's going to lose the Linares, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. First, we just wanted to mention with that for the reason of if anybody gets anything from us or autographed or sees anything out there, it's not from us as far as the punchline goes. And if it is, we will let people know when that is happening.
What's up, Kimball? Yeah, I mean, I guess apparently we found out that our show's been streamed illegally and in parts of Europe, I guess for the past 6 months or so. And they're doing a fuckload better than we are here.
Yeah.
They're getting a hell of a lot more viewers over there.
Off of our show.
We even have our own time slot over there, 10:30 in the evening on Thursday nights on their television, on their little internet show they have going on.
I'm curious to see it in Japan, though.
I know, but I saw did you see the subtitles?
They probably do it like MXC, that MXC show.
Dude,
Yeah,
did you see did you see it? The subtitles in Finnish? It's amazing. And
I could imagine the Japanese, but you know when the American guys talk over
Yeah.
these shows and they're like, oh yeah.
what's up, Ruben? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it. And I think they're averaging something like 500,000 viewers. I mean, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So,
and here we are scraping
yeah.
here in the U.S. And over there, I guess you're pretty big in Japan now.
Well, we're doing good over in other countries. That is a plus. But what we're saying is, first of all, it sucks ass because they are reaping off of our show. So that's a big pain in the ass. But I just also for legal reasons, or not even I can't see anything coming of it legally, but they're taking like my autograph and merchant. Yeah, Sirius is the one who actually brought it up to James.
Yeah.
And
yeah. They're selling they're bootlegging autographs and merchandise that's not ours that we don't have. We don't even have shit that looks that good.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they're selling, we don't even have it that looks that good. They have like white t-shirts and you in like mid-fight poses with people. You know what I mean?
Fucked up, yeah.
We don't have shit like that. And they're selling it, for like 25 euros. That's like...
Yeah. So if they don't copy over it with the voice or anything else, listen, all y'all in Finland, Germany, Japan, the shit's not... What you guys are getting is not from us. It's fake.
It's not real autograph because Kelly can barely sign his name sometimes.
I lost my finger in Cold War.
No, I'm just joking. But no, Kelly, we don't get a lot of autographs in, and we do. We sign them, and that's it. We're not getting 10, 20,000 a week like.
Yep.
These people are selling them for like $50 a pop autographs.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I wanted to bring. So, what's a lot going on?
You don't even charge for autographs, do you?
No.
So.
No. Yeah, but going on that. So that's why I wanted to bring it up real quick, just to let the people know out there what's happening, and we kind of got to start. I don't know I don't know if there's anything we can do about it.
They said legally, it's a process. But the thing is, as soon as Justin would know better than we would. They call it a floating IPO. I don't know what that means, Justin. But they said as soon as we shut it down, another one would just open up, or they would just take the whole thing off the air altogether. What's that mean?
I mean, basically, you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. Our streams, anybody can capture and do it.
But that's what they said. It's the same thing. They do on like Fire Stick, right? It's the same type of thing. Yeah. You can't track them.
Yeah, and by the time you do try to,
it just bounces. You're going through a VPN, so I think the server connection. So, except just like when you use Cody or something for Fire Stick, you use iPhone or something like that. It says you're streaming from Belgium, but you're really right here in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan Siegel, great black belt, great school. He has a Triumph Jiu-Jitsu. He said he wanted to do a dojo store. Let's take a trip. Wouldn't that be nice?
Dan, you should come here and do a little seminar for us.
Kelly wants you to come do a seminar, Dan, a jiu-jitsu seminar. He will. He'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the best martial artists I've ever seen. And he was my coach, too, off and on when I show up.
Mm-hmm. I'll be at that seminar. I'd ask him, I'd pay him an extra hour to work with me.
Oh, he will. He'll work with you. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate it. And yeah, I mean...
My boy Joel Albrecht. What's up, Joel?
Oh, yeah, I saw Joel on here last week or so. Yeah. But no, we got some good things going on. Let's talk about... let's talk about the fights this week. I mean, it's a good way to start. Mm-hmm. I thought the card was shitty for the most part until a Truax and DeGale was a decent fight. Yeah. Well, J-Rock and then that shit, I was going to sleep on that fight, let's be honest. I don't even want to talk about that stupid-ass fight.
Yeah. But Truax... I thought
DeGale won the fight, and he did. And but I thought Truax, there was a fight. They fought it out, But I don't think Truax came to that fight in the best shape. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that because Truax is a tough, rugged fighter.
Yeah.
He is. He's awkward and everything. I thought Truax won the fight, but with that being said, though, it's one of them fights where I could see where somebody else would have thought that. Oh my God!
What's that?
You fought?
Who, Truax?
Yeah, you fought. Why am I forgetting his name now? You just said it.
DeGale.
Yeah. DeGale's a tough fighter. He is. I think he may be. I think he knows he's towards the end of his career. But I thought, it was one of the fights where you could say DeGale won the fight. I would not sit there and argue with you. I mean, it was that close of a fight.
I thought DeGale won the fight. But...
Yeah, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just thought Truax kind of squeaked it out with some of them rounds that could have gone either way. Yeah, but it was a fight that could have won either way. Or,
yeah.
So.
I agree. And before we get into the next fight, I want to thank Scott and Rebecca Best for our autism shirts that we got.
Oh, yeah.
We got our I Support Autism here, of there, and I all support autism awareness. It's with Dr. Seuss character on there. I thank them, and I want to just let them know we're supporting them. And their son Stuart, and who battles autism every day, and I just want to let them know we're here for them, and we think about them every day, and we appreciate them watching the show.
Yep.
And thank you for the shirts.
Yeah, definitely thank you. We appreciate it, and we will wear them as much as possible.
Steven's going to touch on Tank and Floyd.
Yeah, we're going to get on that.
We're going to get to that, Steven.
But as far as that, so you think, what do you think is next for DeGale, though?
You know what? Right now, I think maybe you just have to go back to their drawing board and figure out what he wants. I'm not saying he's washed up, because I think he's a great gatekeeper for these young guys coming up at this point,
Yeah.
But as far as Truax, I don't think any of these guys are any hope for David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez beats them both on the same night if he wants to.
Well, there's where Damon just said Benavidez versus DeGale.
Oh, David,
yeah,
it's easy. It's easy work.
It is. And
Benavidez is head and shoulders above all these guys.
I agree. And what you said, a gatekeeper for DeGale, but he seems like he wants to get out here eventually of the sport.
Oh, yeah.
He mentioned that if Yeah, so if he's already mentioned like that, I don't think he's going to stick around much longer. Maybe he knows something we don't as far as his skills, but Truax, I think, is a tough fighter, and he seems like he's learning more and more. He's still kind of, I don't know.
Well, I think one thing that he needs to do is I think he needs to take his diet a little more seriously. He looked like shit. Yeah. And I know some people are fleshy coming in. I understand there are fighters like that, but he's not that type of fighter. I've seen him in other fights. It didn't look like he had it didn't. At one point they were talking about love handles. I said those motherfuckers are toe shackles. Those aren't love handles.
Those old shit bars.
No, you know what had happened was he had trouble with weight, and he pulled that last bit off the last minute.
Yeah, but I mean, either one of them definitely nothing for Benavidez, but
yeah. Well, Mac Tyson, good buddy of the show. He wants to know if he can get an authentic Pavlik autograph. Listen, guys, if you want autographs, send a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will put the address in the inbox and I'll put the address out where to send it, and we'll get them back to you.
You should, before you give anybody an autograph,
subscribe and share.
The requirement should be you have to show us your YouTube name so we can make sure that you're subscribed.
That's true. That's a good one. If you want an autograph, show us your YouTube name to make sure that you have subscribed and liked the show.
Yes, that is a very good idea. Businessman there.
Thank you, LA. We appreciate it. They got them. Our friends got them for us because we want to show support for autism. So that's how
great. House Billy Joe Saunders will beat any middleweight except. No.
I don't know. I'm not ready to cash the farm on Billy Joe because he looked good against. He looked good. He looked good in the fight against the zombie. Let's see. We'll wait and see on that. But I don't know. I'm not sold on Billy Joe yet.
That's why they won't put him against a GG right now.
They won't put him against him, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even talk about Canelo because he's out for 2. I guarantee it's 2 years. They're saying a year. No, it's 2. They're going to make an example of him.
He'll just be in the Arnold Classic doing bodybuilding.
I like him, Mac. We like him, but the thing is, let's see. I mean, a lot of these guys that these names are coming up, they're not fighting enough. They're not fighting quality competition for us to even merit putting that those challenges together.
Yeah, I think I'm getting Alzheimer's here quickly. Who's the little young white dude prospect at middleweight?
Caleb Plant.
Yeah, dude.
I told you he was good. You told me you didn't like him.
No, I seen the video. I thought that kid. So there was another fighter.
You said he wasn't. Remember I showed you?
Is he from British?
No, he's American Olympian.
Who's the British kid though that's coming up like that too?
Kelly, Eric Kelly.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Okay, I got them two mixed up. Yeah,
I'm not sold on him yet.
No, this Caleb is totally different. And this kid was the one I didn't like was the British kid.
No, Caleb Plant was a 2008 Olympic.
Yeah,
ultimate.
okay.
Yeah, he was good.
I'm thinking of the Eric Kelly kid.
Plant's a good kid. He's from Tennessee.
Yeah. No, the one I'm thinking of is that British kid, the British accent.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, but let's talk about one of the main fights that we're going to talk about. Let's talk about this main event, Lara and Hurd. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I thought Hurd was going to dominate this dude. I really did. I thought Hurd. I didn't think Hurd had skill. And let's be honest, the guy doesn't have great skill. He doesn't. He does a lot of shit wrong. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that you can't take away from his heart.
Oh, definitely.
That dude was
conditioning.
That dude is a warrior, a monster. But he looked like shit. He threw arm punches. He was off balance. But he just never stopped.
But he also threw some really hard body shots that were. I said that on Facebook. I said, everybody's going, well, you think Lara knows what he's doing fighting like that. And I say, yeah, but if it's not too late by the time he's hoping to wear down and he's over here taking these big shots and everything else.
Well, the thing too is I think Lara might have lost his legs at some point. I think maybe he turned 34 that night. He just didn't look like Lara.
I don't think that he could have used it. I think that was the game plan. I think he would have got more tired using his legs against. First of all, Hurd looked like he was 3 weight classes heavy.
But he was lighter.
I know, but you could just see who. I don't know how that worked.
I think it was the muscle, but I think he was a lot leaner. He was bigger. But the weight was Lara was 63 and Hurd was 62.
Yeah, and going on that with Hurd though, but his style has been, he turns it up in the later 7th round. and he wears his guys down from every time I seen him fight.
Yeah.
And he could still get away with that, I think, at junior middleweight because of his size. And he could probably clean that division out because of that reason. I don't even think.
I don't know. I think the Charlo can beat him. I think the Charlo will beat him.
See, I don't, but I could be wrong on that too. But in that fight, he just, as I said, I think it's going to be too late. Like whatever Lara's trying to do is going to backfire on him.
Yeah. Well, I think the Charlos are dogs though. They're going to fight you.
Yeah, but I just don't think they can keep up now. With Hurd, I think what you just said, though, with his style and everything else, I think if he goes to middleweight, he stands no chance with his style because now he's moving up with naturally bigger guys that are going to be bigger than him, and he's not going to be able to do what he does at junior middleweight.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Simon said Hurd was on the card, DC, my last fight, the fight you worked my corner. The fight I worked in Simon's corner, Hurd was on that card that night. I didn't even pay no attention. But, yeah, he was. Good afternoon. Good evening, Chris. Yeah. I mean, I really don't know how far Hurd's talent's going to take him because once you get to a certain level, this is when everything has to come together. You can only push so many people around. You can only out-condition somebody. Pretty soon, you're going to have that your talent's going to have to start paying the bills.
I think at junior middleweight, he can still do it, and he can go a very long way.
But what happens when you get there with those triple G's and Jacobs and Saunders like they were talking about these guys?
Exactly, and you got a Dan and Jacobs who's 6'1" and is a big kid, and Triple G who's just a natural middleweight. You're 100% right. He's not going to be able to overpower them and wear them down, and that's where it's going to hurt him in the long run. I think he actually gets stopped in those type of fights.
Jake Font is saying the same thing. He don't know how successful he'll be at middleweight, and I agree.
He won't be successful.
I don't want to.
I bet the house on that.
People are betting the farm on Hurd right now is dominant, and he's not a dominant fighter. No. I made a comment on Facebook that night saying, "Why is he throwing all these arm punches?"
Yeah, he's dominant at junior middleweight, definitely. But at middleweight, no, he does not. I don't think he stands a chance.
Out right now. Here's what tell me if you. You know what? I'll put out right now. If Hurd fights Errol Spence beats Hurd at 54. I'm going to say it, guys. I'm going to say it right now. Errol Spence at 54 dominates Hurd, and even stops him. Stops Hurd. I said it.
I cannot.
I said Errol Spence at 54 stops Hurd.
I think Errol Spence could beat him.
Oh, I think he does.
I think it will be a tough fight.
And what about Kell Brook and Hurd? I think Hurd breaks his third eye.
Too big.
Dude, I don't know.
What we're saying right now is
I don't know. Brook was just as big as Spence the other day.
Yeah, but I don't think Spence is as big as Hurd.
I don't know if he's as big, but he's a lot more dynamic. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Lara's a very dynamic fighter, though.
See, Hurd was arm punching, and he was arm punching, and he was keeping. And
Lara's dynamic as dynamic as you're going to get.
Lara is not the same fighter Lara was 2-3 fights ago.
Well, we don't know that because the way that fight was with Hurd. I mean, how big Hurd was.
Bro, even defensive. But the last thing to go is that defense. He wasn't even showing that defense that he has, that he's known for. The same defense he showed against Canelo.
I don't think he could have against that style. I mean, Hurd was that much taller and bringing the pressure nonstop. And I think his whole fucking mind was just blown out of the way.
I think he's professional enough. He's had 350 amateur fights, 380, whatever, and ungodly amount of pro fights. He can figure but ungodly amount of pro fights too. 40 fucking pro fights. He knows how to adjust.
Don't mean you can though. It helps.
This guy can adjust. He adjusted to Canelo, who was dominant, who was trying to wear.
This Hurd is a bigger guy. I'm just saying overall physique and the way he fights, the way he comes in and pressures.
But he wasn't as technically gifted as Canelo, and he didn't throw. And I know he didn't punch as hard.
Styles, and they say that over and over. Styles make fights. When you get into the pros, amateur fights and all don't really carry that much difference. They don't make that big of a difference when you get into that's like going back on when I was saying the short notice with Triple G and Canelo, whoever they bring in. It don't matter. I mean, like when you get to that level. You need at least a month and a half, 2 months to know your opponent, unless you're at that middle stage.
And James would disagree. Lara opened up strong. Let me tell you what, that knockdown was not from Hurd hurting Lara. That knockdown was from Lara being exhausted.
I think so. I agree with that. I think his legs were
He was exhausted. It wasn't from him being hurt.
Yep. And if he did get hurt a little bit, rocked on that, lack of oxygen through the body and legs being weak, that just
Lara could not even hold himself up. You know what? And I'm not taking nothing away I'm not taking nothing away from him. He deserved that win. Hurd deserved that win. He worked hard and he deserved it. You can't take that away.
He fought a smart fight. He used every advantage that he did have in that fight, which was mainly size. He used to his fullest ability and used all of it too, and won the fight because of that.
William says, was Hurd not the first guy to bring in heavy effective pressure, Laris and Angulo? He was, but that was 5 years ago, and 5 years ago now he's a little older than he was then. You can't take that same way.
And I also agree with you on that. Lara is not the same fighter he was. And do I think maybe 3 years ago Hurd beats him? Probably not. But in that fight though, I just his size, that strength was a big difference.
He's big. I mean, there's nothing you can say. I mean, he's big. But do I don't? What's up, Ifkar? No, I think Errol Spence beats Hurd. I know he's coming up a weight class, but even Spence said himself, 54 is going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'll be a good fight. I truly do.
I just don't think Hurd has the technique. I don't think he has the technique, and I don't think he can do much to a guy like Spence.
See, I just think that Hurd is going to have a hard time making 154 for. I don't think he'll be able to make it too much longer.
With the auto injector, you can do anything.
You think he's on the auto?
No. Yeah. I didn't see that from him. Did you?
Nah.
No, I just think he's just a naturally tall guy.
Because he got fatigued pretty quick too, but he had his size and everything else in his favor.
And they said Hurd has chicken legs. They will fill him. The thing is this: the same reasons I like Spence over a guy like Hurd is the same reasons that most people like Mike over somebody. The technique is perfect.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Spence could hit, and I think Spence hits hard enough that where he will carry that power up a weight.
Yeah.
But I just think that would be a tough fight, I think, for a little while.
Michelle said she loves seeing the shirts. We love the Peace Autism Puzzle, our family member. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome anytime, and thank you for the support. What do you guys think of Hurd versus Brook? I think we might have seen Brook's worst days. You know what I mean? I think we've seen better days from Brook. I mean, I think
mentally he might be.
Dude,
the two I saw.
I saw a video with him a few days ago. Both his eyes, he can't even focus. He can't even focus both of his fucking eyes. They're rolling around like lottery balls. I said, you know what? It's over.
It looks like fucking Terminator.
Do you remember the guy who played Igor in the movie Frankenstein with Gene Wilder?
Yeah.
He looked like that. His eyes are just rolling around and shit. It's over, bro. You got one broke in one fight, and then you got your right eye broke in the next fight.
What's those little fucking bubbles that have the black dots in it?
That's the rolly eyes?
Yeah.
Those googly eye things? Yeah, he looked like those. I said, it's time. If you've broken eye socket in your last two fights, it's time to let go.
Usually when a mouthpiece comes out, the referee calls time. They're going to do that for when his eyeball comes out the socket. Time.
How do you think Hurd goes up to 160? Well, if he puts into the commission, then he's going to go to 160, and he eats a couple more pieces of chicken.
Yeah,
that's how the fuck he goes to 60.
Listen, he's going to 60 soon.
Well, I don't see him be able to make 54 that much longer, but...
Hey, I'll get my man Roy on for a second on the show. Yeah, I'm going to bring my buddy Roy Thomas. He's my manager here at the gym where we're doing the show. And he's also a big fan of the show.
Absolutely.
Have a seat real quick. Talk with James about what you're doing.
Okay.
You want me to interview him or you?
And if anybody locally wants to... got a question or wants to join the gym, tell them.
Well, everybody, this is Roy Thomas. He's the manager of my fitness, of my gym here in, what town are we?
Columbiana, Ohio. 444-4408.
Let's hear some of your background, Roy.
Oh, I was a master fitness trainer. I graduated from Youngstown State. I became a master fitness trainer in the United States Army. I had the record for the military for their master fitness trainer, their PT test. Did something like 152 push-ups in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Did 142 sit-ups, and then I ran the 2 miles in 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah,
so that was kind of one of my records, and I've been personal training for about 28 years or so.
Yeah, that was close to my times in the military.
Yes, yeah. Probably would have been close.
They were good. I never saw 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 10 or 11 or 12. No, about 12, 30.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and you were a bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder.
Yes.
And that was amazing. You competed all over the place.
Well, one of the things that when I became a professional bodybuilder, I have to step back a little bit. When I was in the military, I was in an automobile accident.
Okay.
The automobile accident crushed my body. I had 21 breaks in my legs. Both hips were broken.
Wow.
My arm, my hand, my elbow, ribs, everything was broken. I was in a body cast for about a year and 2 weeks.
Wow.
And they told me I'd never walk again. So to become a bodybuilder after that and a pro just shows you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
We have a lot of people that ask how do they get started. You know, not everybody's in the same condition
Physical
that
shape,
Kelly is, or
yes,
you know, or our producer. But how do you get started with something like this? What,
you know, you first have to find a baseline of where you are. You have to let your ego go at the door, and when you come in, wherever you are, that's where you start, and you take those baby steps from there. I mean, if you're in good shape, we'll start you off a little bit higher, and if you're in bad shape, you know, then we start you off a little bit lower. But it doesn't matter where you start. It matters how fast you're growing and how fast you're progressing. So I think that's the major part. We do a lot of lifting. We find out what people's goals are, and once those goals are met, you know, they have those to set them, that's when we start their program.
A lot of people ask a lot of questions about eating.
Yes.
And that's the most important. And I know you're an expert when it comes to eating. I know you're a master. I come to you for that too. But how do people start? Where would you start somebody that says, look, Roy, I have no idea what to do. I'm a fat motherfucker. I have no idea. I don't know how to feed myself. Tell me how to start basics, because I don't like to read, right? So what would you tell somebody that came to you and said they want to start from square one and they want to learn to eat right?
First of all, you have to know what you're eating already and start to change some habits. I've had people lose 130 pounds. I have a group right now, and I think that they have lost 154 pounds in 2 weeks now. There's a couple of them. But in order to get started, you have to know what you're doing right now, and you have to get a roadmap for that. So there's several different types of diets, and we don't want to change anything. Never go onto a diet or never go into a diet that you are not going to like, and you're not going to maintain it for a lifetime. You know, you can jump into some to lose a little bit of weight to get jump started, but you have to get daily habits of what you are doing.
Agreed.
So, you know, find out where your vitamins, what your macros are, what all of those things are, and that's when we go from there. Yeah, find out what your goals
Chris
are.
Otto-Broad's a fighter from England. He wants to know any tips on good foods to eat to gain weight cleanly?
Absolutely. Just actually, you just have to stuff yourself. You know, stuff yourselves with good foods. There are no such things as good foods and bad foods. It's what your body needs. It will process itself.
Is that what bodybuilders say when they say gains? Like, I'm gonna eat a cake, and like that's bad. No, it's gains. I'm like, all right.
Gains is all about getting more muscle. It's about getting more muscle.
Eat
energy.
a cake or a bucket of chicken. It's all gains.
Eastern time.
But no, I mean, what would be some of the foods that you would recommend to him to actually gain that lean muscle?
Some of the basic things are protein. Number one, protein is going to help you regain muscle. It's going to help you build muscle. But you also need your carbohydrates for your energy and replenishing the muscle going inside the muscle with the glycogen. And you also need the right amount of fats. Now, fats have been demonized for so long, but there's a lot of good fats. You can't just mix them in and not know what you're doing. So you have to find those carbs.
Fish oils and avocado.
Avocados, almonds,
eggs,
nuts, eggs. Yes.
What is your opinion on eggs as a whole? You know, you hear one thing about they're awesome. You know,
I know.
You hear they're bad.
They're bad. They're good. They're bad. They're good. I think overall they're good. You know, the whole egg, not just the egg white.
Yeah, I'm hearing so much about it's a cheap source of protein because not everybody has the money to shop like an athlete. So what do you suggest for somebody starting out, maybe a student or maybe just somebody poor? How to start out and what kind of food to buy? You
know, you still have to buy food, so just buy quality food. You can buy ground beef, you can buy whatever you want. Just don't buy a lot of boxed foods. Don't buy the processed foods. That's where you just have to go. You can't just buy the cheapest brands out there. Right now, I'm on a keto diet. I've lost about 4.8 pounds. I'm not trying to really lose weight, but I have some other people on the keto, and it has given me a lot of energy. It's given me clarity. I love it. Absolutely love it. So there's a lot of different things. You can't really just say one food or a couple of different foods. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and what I've noticed is there is no wrong way to lose weight anymore. There's so many different. There's the keto diet, and then
you find out what works for you.
And then there's some people doing 6-7 meals a day, small meals, and there's other people doing intermittent fasting, which I personally am doing now.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's just because I don't like to meal prep.
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy to cook 25
get
meals,
somebody to meal prep for you.
Yeah.
You know,
I like
you got to do one way or another.
Yeah, I like the intermittent fasting.
Yeah. 16 hours of not eating.
I've actually moved to 18.
Okay.
I dropped 2 more hours.
Yeah.
But That's just because I want to always get to that point where I'm not making change.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that? Do you think maybe cutting 2 more hours, things like that?
No, actually, what you're going to do is start your cortisol levels. What you want to do is, I still like eating. I like eating 6 to 7 times a day. If you think that is going to work for you, just stick with your intermittent fasting. There's 50% of the people that like it, 50% don't, and you're going to make it work if you want it to work.
And you're putting
there's pros and cons.
You're putting quality food in your body. I'm not using a chance to put crap in my body. So.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
And
know your macros. That's a big thing.
Thank you, MyFitnessPal, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But also, what is your schedule like for taking in new clients and things like that?
We're open 24/7. I'm usually here from 7 in the morning till about 9 at night. I love this place. It's absolutely great. So,
and can you give us a way to be contacted? Can you give me your social media contact information?
Yeah, we are on Facebook under MyFitnessPal or MyFitnessPal. My gym and fitness center, and then just come on over to 144 East Park Avenue in Columbiana, Ohio. And if you want the phone number, it's 330-518-4139.
That's amazing. Yep. Do you have a personal social media people can contact you on, schedule with you?
Just on Facebook, you go under Roy Thomas.
And do you do eating plans too?
Absolutely. Yes,
there you go, guys.
You'll get your personalized eating plan.
A lot of people that bug me for eating plan, things like that, don't do it. Just go to Roy. And Roy will hook you guys up, because like I said, I'm learning myself, so I can't do shit for you.
Yeah.
But come see Roy. He's one of the best in the business, and
been around for a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
What was your MOS, by the way?
My MOS 92 Alpha.
Is that supply?
Yes, it is. Service and supply. However, I got a special MOS, and I was a teacher at the Master Fitness Trainer School.
I remember that school.
So, yeah.
I never went.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, I never went.
Spent a while.
But I did get my patch, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Your MFT? Yeah.
Yeah, I did get my patch because I scored. I got a 295 on PT test. So I got
That's great.
But you have to maintain that to get it, to keep it. So
I got a 295 once. It was an off day.
It was an off day. That was my best score. It was 295.
315.
Them damn runs. Missed. I was doing, I don't know, I was 12:48.
Yeah. That's still pretty good.
Just wasn't a long distance runner, but
I liked running, but I just can't do it anymore because of that accident that I was in.
No, I know how that is. I don't run anymore.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
What other kind of questions do you have for me?
What do you want to talk about?
We set up personal training plans. That's the biggest thing. If you're having trouble, if you want to get bigger,
if you want, throw a chair in the middle and do the show with us.
We'll definitely do that.
Do it right now. Grab a chair.
Come on in.
Come bring it in.
You gotta go on the other side though.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you guys.
No, come on in. Bring a chair.
Bring a chair in.
Okay, it'll take a second.
All right, guys. Yeah. Anyway, that was Roy, and Roy's going to help us out with the show today since came in today. But let's just go ahead and talk about.
Well, I got a YouTube comment from my brother.
Okay.
Hurd takes too many shots. At middleweight, he will get stopped.
I agree.
Yep.
And I like Hurd. I'm not saying anything bad about Hurd. I'm just saying that I think when you get a quality guy like that, there's nothing he can do. And look, guys, if you have any fitness questions, Roy's here right now, and Roy can answer any question you guys have. So this is your chance, But
I have 28 years of experience. I'm a professional bodybuilder in 3 different areas. So wow. Yeah, I love it.
Good.
And then what else we got? Did you hear about Floyd? Floyd getting they tried to rob Floyd, and they ended up shooting his bodyguard in Atlanta.
I seen that.
Probably at that gas station that we almost got shot at that night.
Probably, dude. I can't believe we even stopped there too. Without even thinking, like, when we got to Atlanta, like, let's stop and get gas. That way, when we take off, we can at least get out of Atlanta before we need gas again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, we just fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
3.
Yeah, we stop at the local gas station there.
Gotta know your place, but
dude, it was.
Yeah, I'm from New York, but it don't matter.
No, it was pretty stressful. There. I saw bulges in everybody's waistbands like shit, and we're driving a brand new Mercedes at the time. I said, "Well, we're walking home, or we're being life flighted home, one of the two."
You got stories for everything.
Or a body bag.
Experience.
Yeah.
We knew it though. When we pulled up, everybody was staring, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit! I said, I bet this is a gas station that they killed Vernon.
We were the only colored people in that parking lot. I mean, it was
Did you just?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Like, we were the only white. Well, I consider James almost white.
Yeah, might as well be.
But what I'm saying, like, we were there, and I mean, they were looking at us like fresh meat.
Up Buford Highway. I thought maybe I was at the gas station when they shot Vernon Forrest. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking. Actually, I wasn't thinking that until you mentioned it. Then I started getting really nervous.
Well, they happened right by Terry's gym, so I was thinking if that was the gas station, they try to rob him at. Can you imagine? That rabbit's hole that they shot 2 world champions at the same gas station?
The odds of
Vernon Forrest got capped. Now Kelly Pally got capped at the gas station. I mean, don't go to that gas station fucking ever.
It'd been like, Kelly should have brought the BB gun. Kelly should have brought the BB gun. Oh,
you shoot his eye out.
Yeah, nobody got that BB gun joke. Right?
What do you think of Floyd versus Conor in the octagon? You know what? I really don't know. I don't even know. I won't know because I don't even know the modified rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna sit there and punch each other on their knees or fuck. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
I think they have no kicks above the waist. I don't know if they've set all of the rules now. I know they're allowed to grasp each other, but they're not supposed to ground and pound. So each one is going to have to give a little bit for this. Well, Mayweather's going to give a little bit. Connor's going to give a little bit.
I don't think Floyd's taken into this no kicking above the waist shit. Mm-hmm. You ever get kicked in the thigh by somebody?
Oh yeah, that'll take him away. That'll take him out.
And you know what I don't like about it is bringing Conor with the size advantage into the boxing ring with Floyd. Yeah, that was okay because Floyd could get away with it with his boxing ability. Mm-hmm. But putting Floyd in there at that size disadvantage in an octagon with somebody that knows how to grapple, that fights that, is really unfair. Like, if you were going to do a boxer versus MMA guy, do like a Andre Ward versus a Conor McGregor, or a Triple G versus Conor McGregor. Somebody Conor's own size and that's strong and stands a little bit more of. Not that would help any either, but it stands a better chance of being able to do more than Floyd Mayweather, who's naturally maybe 145 walking around naturally without trying to put weight on.
Max said, when am I going to shave my head? When nature does it for me. I'm 40 years old and my hair is not gone. I'm not going to shave it, do anything to piss it off and not come back. But Sullivan's out, and now they're talking about bringing Vanes Martirosyan in. You know what? Here's what I'm hearing, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. There is going to be no fight May 5th. You guys can. I'm hearing that on the low. I'm going to go ahead and say it though. They're going to cancel the whole card. They're already losing too much money on it right now as it is. Pay-per-view's already backing out. So, and you've already had a couple of undercards fall off.
You think they're just going to save that fight for September?
I think they're going to scrap the whole card.
I don't know. I think save it for September.
I think so. I mean, I think they're losing too much money, and pretty soon you're going to, you know more than anybody. You get to a point of fight where there's a point of no return when it comes to making money.
And I think that definitely works even more in Canelo's favor. You know, with Triple G being, he's already kind of looked his age on his last 2 fights, and then taking that almost over, that'd be over a year.
Yeah.
Over a year absence from a fight, from the ring. I think that plays into Canelo's hands a little more.
Yeah, and I really.
Okay, what was Roy's Facebook info again?
Roy Thomas.
Roy Thomas.
Just Roy Thomas.
You'll see this big buffed out dude on there.
Yeah,
I even sent you press
like,
request. Thanks for approving it. You didn't even approve it, did you?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Roy, no, you didn't.
It's in there.
I'm gonna bet the devil on that. Get my phone.
I remember seeing you.
We'll find out after.
Roy's Roy's gonna see a few of my posts. He's gonna unfollow the fuck out of me.
Roy leaves on the computer at the front desk. Roy leaves his Facebook open. Dude. I'm gonna get in there one day and just. I'm gonna put some shit in there.
Well, you know what? I've been through your phone.
I'm gay.
I've had your phone before, and Kelly's left his Facebook open. I could have got him too.
Yeah. Just remember paybacks.
Yeah. Well, my buddy Donnie Phillips got me before.
Oh, you know Donnie loved that.
But yeah, under Facebook, it's Roy Thomas. You'll see me doing like a most muscular or something like that.
Roy's going to be fucking logging out every time now.
Pretty soon it's going to be the Roy Thomas show. Everybody wants to ask Roy questions about diet and exercise.
Diet, exercise, and attitude.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nutrition, exercise, and attitude. That's everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. A little spirituality.
It's true. I agree. And no, if they scrap the Canelo's, Mexican fans will walk. You know what, though? I'm hearing, and you know, the people I'm hearing from are pretty good contacts on. They're saying the whole thing's going to be scrapped. And I think if they haven't even got an opponent down yet, I don't think there's been too long you can get out at this point where you get a fight out.
And what I keep saying, at that level with a Triple G and the possibility of the fight happening in September, if all goes well with court or with this hearing with Canelo, I don't think for the amount of money still involved that they're going to put somebody there and try to find somebody with the right amount of time for Triple G to still get ready. And right now, it's not looking good for that happening. It's not. So
it's not. But another.
Daniel Martinez said Roy Algieri. You got to know who Algieri is.
He's a master. He's a boxer, world champion, or was. But he's a nutritionist, one of the best nutritionists in the world right now.
And he works for a world champion fighter now.
Yeah, a few of them. He works in the UFC too. But speaking of that, our buddy Matt Brown that fights in the UFC was getting ready to fight Carlos Condit, and he tore his ACL. So he'll be out for the next 14 months.
Get well, Matt.
Yep, get well, Matt.
Yeah.
And
which would like to get Matt here too for a seminar.
Oh,
yeah, start working on those seminars here.
We're gonna start doing those MMA seminars. Yeah. We're gonna do MMA stand-up, teaching stand-up for the MMA, which is a whole new. And then we're gonna bring jiu-jitsu guys in, and maybe bring a couple judo guys in. Have it amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always good for variety.
Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Get it all in there.
I'm going to be the gym of everything.
Billy Joe Sanders says he will step up if he gets a month delay to train, if that's feasible. Yeah, but that means not going to fight till June. I don't know. Yeah, it's feasible, but let's see if... But they're not going to give that kind of advantage to anybody.
No, and they're not
Triple G people aren't going to give an advantage.
Not at all.
And
because it's not going to bring the same money as Canelo and Triple G.
You know what? If we're looking at Canelo being suspended for a year or two, wouldn't it be more productive to hold that Billy Joe Saunders and Triple G fight till September, where they can hype this fight instead of saying, "Hey, guess what, guys? In 3 weeks you're fighting.
Yeah,
knock yourself out." You're not gonna hype a fight. I'm sure they could go to England and still sell the fight out with 100,000 people because England has some great fucking fans. I mean, the U.S.
Yeah.
So, also...
all of Europe got better fans. I mean, our show's got fucking 500,000 a week views. Illegally.
We get 500,000 views illegally, guys, and we get about 28,000 legally. So, I don't know, man. But Bobby says, "Hey, Kelly,
step your damn game up."
What's up, Bobby? But no, Ithcar said, Ortiz, Gamboa, Bartholomew, Dorticos, Ring Lara, the downfall of the Cuban professionals have been crazy. Ithcar, and I've said it, and I've said this before about the Cubans. The Cuban school of boxing is all the same. It hasn't changed from the 1950s.
No.
It hasn't, or 1960s. The problem is it took a long time for the Western side of the world to catch up to them and figure it out. But once you figure it out, it's easy.
I mean, right now it's looking really bad as far as Cuba, because even in the amateur program right now, your Eastern Europeans have pretty much taken over the amateur boxing too. So
absolutely,
I mean, there's no.
But like we've talked about before, me and Kelly both said the Cuban system is this, and it's the same system in weightlifting and wrestling too. Nothing's changed. Mm-hmm. You might know the Cuban system never has a plan B, C, or D.
Yeah.
They have a plan A. Either they dominate you and embarrass you. If not, you ain't getting nothing out of them.
Yeah.
And it's the same with boxing. They cannot bully somebody, or they can't push you around the ring or outskill you. They'll quit, or they'll just get dominated. Mm-hmm. They've never learned that. They've never learned how to dig deep. It's not there. That,
and then you also got to take into consideration, I mean, your Eastern European fighters have just progressed athletically too. I mean, look at Lomachenko. Look at these light heavyweights, from even Kovalev to Usyk, cruiserweights. They are athletic. They can fight. They're fast. They can box, and they can compete also at that level with the Cubans.
But Hurd's not Eastern European. He's American.
What was I talking about? I'm talking about.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that even the Americans are figuring their system out.
Well, yeah.
Do you remember when Fernando Valenzuela came into baseball? Do you remember that? No one could hit off that dude.
Yeah.
First few years, he was dominating everybody.
But once they knew,
you know what? They figured out how to hit him off him, and he was never the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just took a while.
It happens, in Major League Baseball. It's true. You're right about that. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher come up, and the first 2 years he's unbelievable, and then people adapt to that and they learn quickly. But what's happening in boxing? Yeah, you're Americans, but I'm just talking about in general. I mean, like I said, the Eastern Europeans. I mean, even in the pros. So before it used to be, when they fought a Cuban, like, well, their only way of winning the fight was hoping for the 6th, 7th round that they were in better shape and they could win the fight.
Yeah.
But now they're toe to toe, athletically wise, skill wise too, and that's what's making it harder for these Cubans. I mean, times have changed.
Times have changed, and the Cuban program does not have the same clout. They're not pushing people through the ranks, the communist ranks. Now they're giving people a choice to join boxing there. Mm-hmm. Before, you didn't get a choice. If you looked like you could box, you were in the system at 7 years old. I mean, it's crazy. And next week we're having JoJo Diaz coming on the show. World champion JoJo Diaz will be coming on the Punchline. Thanks, Alicia Taylor, for setting that up for us. We appreciate it. And we are Ivan Drago here in Europe. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't say nothing about European fighters. They're amazing.
Any more questions?
Roy.
Yeah, we could throw in some
Go
questions
ahead.
for Roy.
We can throw some questions in for Roy too. If you guys have questions about your diet or exercise or lifting, go ahead and ask, because you're not going to get that for free.
Oh, so I brought up a question. I told Roy about a little something.
What's that?
Like the Lomachenko thing and some of these guys, Ukrainians and whatnot.
Yeah, Ukrainians.
About weighing, fighting at 135
and then dropping to 27 30 hours later.
Yeah.
They've got to be doing
some dirty ass shit.
Yeah, they've got to be taking something, because if right after you weigh in, I was a wrestler. Everything that I've done, I had to weigh in for pound for pound, and you don't lose weight afterwards. You want to put more weight on it. You want to get that energy
you're
back.
You're going to put 10 to 15% of it back in 30 hours. You're not going to lose 8% in a 30.
Yeah.
But we have guys that are cut that are.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but they're doing something.
They have.
Guarantee it.
Now I've heard.
Roy got to admire. Tim Moore said, "Hey, Roy, looking good."
Tim Moore. Hey, we went to high school together. Yeah.
No, we have.
Tim. Me too.
This show just became the narcissistic line. The narcissist line with Kelly Pavlik only.
That's right.
April 23rd, live from New York.
Well, my lady Delilah ain't comment on my guns. And chances are that Roy's...
Don't get a started.
And chances are Roy's sitting here now. I'm surprised she ain't been on.
Well, don't... Oh, shit. Delilah likes her coffee like she likes her mid, tall, black, and strong.
Well, she's not going to get that out of Roy.
I don't know about the tall thing.
Yeah.
Hey...
Short and stout.
When she's on her back, you're all the same size. When they're on their back, height doesn't. You're all the same size. Right?
Shorter the shorter amount of coffee, the stronger it is.
When you're toes to toes, your nose is in it. When you're toes to toes, your nose is in it.
True. Amy wants everybody to know that we're going to be doing the Chop Show on April 23rd, live from New York City with Chris Santos in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and speaking on that, I found out a little more behind what's more of an itinerary.
We're judging.
Judging, yes. Chef Santos he has a bunch of different restaurants. He's having his top chefs from all the restaurants in a hamburger cook-off. We're going to have to skip diet that day since we are going to be the judge.
We can modify it.
Yeah, we're going to be the judge of this hamburger contest. And
we have nothing to talk about because there's no fight.
Well, he was still going to talk some boxing. I don't know what, but so we will throw boxing in on that too.
Oh, I know. Who has a shinier head, Roy or Kelly?
I did. I just shaved
Roy
not
does.
too long ago.
Yeah, I'm a little ashy. I forgot to put my lotion on today.
And Roy, do you have offer trading online?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to just go to my email, and that's how I usually do
you
it.
should go to
email us.
Go to Roy's email, and he does offer trading online.
Thanks, Roy Gina. Thomas 1129.
Roy Thomas 1129
at sbcglobal.net.
And Gina's on there. She said, congrats on that eat for us. Gina's still going to Vegas. I think Gina would go to Vegas if two roaches are fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, look at my friend James Dominguez.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm on there.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you my friends on Facebook. No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay.
I did believe you.
Whatever.
Oh, man.
Yeah, B&B, Mike. Boxing and burgers.
You know what, guys? I hate the trip to New York. I'm going to be honest. I fucking hate it. It's a 5.5-hour trip, but it sucks still. And I think our last trip wore us out, didn't it? It took 14 hours to get there because of the snowstorm.
No, we ain't got to worry about that anytime, at least for another
9
months.
It still sucks.
And I still think leaving the times that we leave is the best idea.
Dude, we need to go back to the pizza place we ate at before, though.
You know, the main thing is we just got to suck it up and go to sleep a little bit before we leave when we leave at that time of night.
I was.
Oh, well, I didn't.
No.
I am going to from now on.
Good. And Skizzo's watching. Before we go out, guys, I want to thank all of our sponsors, too. I want to thank Everlast, Choice of Champions, of course. I want to thank Get Your Apparel. You know, you gotta get your money, get apparel. Donnie's.
Yeah.
Donnie's Automotive. And we're miss anybody? No, that's about it right now. Just my second show, and that's it.
You guys want to throw some sponsors out there so we can mention your name and be more than free.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I think we have some new ones coming this week. But has Thurman lost the hunger? Do you think he'll be the same fighter when he returns? Absolutely, I think he's lost his hunger. He has no reason to want. He just put off another fight because he hurt his hand.
Yeah,
this guy has had more injuries than anybody.
He's almost non-existent anymore. I think it's going to be hard. I mean, they got to really watch who they put in the ring with him in the comeback. I mean, he's going to take flack if he fights a guy that's really not known because of his status right now in that weight class and what's going on in that weight class. It's going to be tough. I mean, who knows? When you take that long off, I mean, that's a lot of years. You get a lot of ring rust.
It does, and I don't think Thurman cares that much.
I don't either. I agree.
I don't think he gives a shit. I mean, he still likes to be on camera. He still likes to talk shit with that funny lisp of his, but he's not moving.
Hey, we got to watch on the lisp thing, though. I mean,
the lips ain't that bad.
Yeah, it is.
But he does talk with a lisp.
They're sweet things.
That's why when him and Sean Porter were going to fight, I was going to say that is going to be the greatest press conference at all because both of them have shitty lisps. They're like, they both are all spitting all over each other and stuff.
Yeah, I like to be a commentator for that.
Commentator sitting there with a squeegee and an umbrella.
Couple of paper towels.
And the world champion. Mike Tyson's a special ring announcer. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Who's fighting? Ton Porter and Keith Thurman.
Thon Porter. See, that's not funny because, like I said, I already got that.
Marriage hasn't softened Thurman. Good pussy has, Walter. Marriage has never softened any man, but good pussy will.
Actually, the marriage may get him wanting to fight more.
Or you leave your fight at home. You know what I mean? You leave your fight in the kitchen, in the house.
Yeah. You said good pussy. That's a true statement, though.
Bro, man. No marriage has ever took the will from a man. Good pussy does.
That's what hurts marriage.
Showstoppers. No, I'm not married.
Sometimes people get tired.
You've had plenty of girlfriends, you know, though.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Some people like green M&Ms and got to eat them all the time, and eventually they get curious of what a blue one tastes like.
Right, bro. Good pussy will make you sit in a parking garage at 3 a.m. and wonder why you're there. Do you think she's going to come out? She goes to work at 7.
They make you travel across the country.
You keep intermittently honking your horn about 7 or 8 times because you're masturbating in the front seat. Beep, beep, beep. Security, all right, sir? Yes, sir. I'm just waiting for the doors to open.
I got you paying for her phone bill so you could check the calls.
You have that tracking app on her phone?
Yeah.
Why is she going to 1313 Mockingbird Lane? I bet it's a dude. No, it's a daycare. You sure? There's probably a dude at her daycare.
11:01. Bitch, you get off at 11. Why ain't you answering my phone?
You told me you get off at 11. I did. It's 11:02. Lying. You ain't a whore. It only takes 30 seconds. I know.
I've watched you walk out work 2 nights in a row.
Who are you talking to?
So this is where it goes, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it goes wherever. But no, guys, you have any questions about the
Walter said it ruined me.
If you guys have any questions about boxing or fitness, ask away. If not, we're just going to talk about what good pussy does to you.
Makes you smile.
Well, the topic's almost better than why does the first 2 licks taste like old house keys?
Why the first 2 licks of pussy taste like house keys?
Or like Damon said, like a rusty can of tuna.
The chocolate starfish tastes like a rusty penny. 13th Mockingbird. That actress was from the show The Munsters.
Yeah.
1313 Mockingbird, wasn't it?
Eddie. Yep. Eddie and Herman.
Yep.
You got to go back way old school there.
It comes on still.
Does it?
It comes on Logo Channel late at night. I watch it because I don't go to bed till 3
I don't watch television
Dude,
too often.
they even have a colored version of the Munsters.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What color are they?
Purple.
Okay.
Like purple greenish
cool.
colored.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, though, the wife was a dime piece. Nobody realized that Lily was a dime piece on the show.
She was hot. I like that gray streak.
But without it, did you ever see her without it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The woman had abs. Women didn't have abs in the 1960s.
You think she got a good pussy?
I bet she did.
I bet you.
Yvonne
Because back then they were a lot more calmer. And
Yvonne DiCarlo?
Have you ever had any that was bad?
They weren't out bouncing around.
Yeah, they were. They just didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
They slept with their producers and directors to get jobs then. They were worse about it.
Because sexual harassment wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was. There just was no way to protect
that's what I'm saying.
There was no way to protect them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You get away with it.
They're like, get over here and suck on this. You'll suck when I pull off them jeans. And they had to do it. You know what I mean? Now they'll screenshot you.
You're going to enjoy all 2 inches of this.
Yeah.
Now you got Matt Lauer. And...
Give him the old 2
Hey, Bill Cosby was a pimp about it still, though. He came show out like, fuck it. I only didn't sexual harass them. I fucking put certain little sleepy pills in their drinks.
The one that really went out was Louis C.K. He went out like a G. He didn't care. He made it. He goes, I made them watch me jerk off. I'm like, okay, Louis. But no, back then you just, I'm going to pull out this 2-inch Punisher, and you're going to like when I take out these.
I'm going to punish you with my pelvis.
Just don't laugh.
Marilyn was the blonde girl. Yeah, James was talking. I like Marilyn. What's wrong with Marilyn? Marilyn was the hot one, but
she was the supposedly normal.
She was the ugly
normal
one.
girl.
She was the ugly person.
She was
in
the
family.
ugly one. Yeah.
I love that hat, Jeffrey. It's Swollen Knuckles. It was one of the sponsors when we did MMA. I will send it to you if you want it. If you want it, Jeffrey, I have a couple of them. But yeah, I mean,
Bobby Moses, I support autism shirt. We mentioned it at the beginning of the show, and we are happy.
We support autism.
We support it fully. And
we
guys,
we don't support having it. We support.
Yeah, and not only with autism. I mean, if you guys got a charity or something like that, we are 100% for it, and we would do anything to help. And if you want to send a shirt for us to support your charity, we will do it in a heartbeat, and that's not a problem and not an issue.
Well,
yeah, you're still selective too.
I do that. I do a couple charities of my own. The Release the Twins Foundation, where women can release some twins anytime they want. And I also like when we support single mothers, the ones that work at the strip club.
Yes. I had a T-shirt like that with a strip pole. I mean, hey, they're working hard.
Jeffrey, we'll sign it for you.
Some Taliban motherfuckers sending you T-shirts like, support our cause.
They got to pay for that though a little bit, but if they pay a good amount of money, we will.
They've got a lot of money.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't think anybody would know this MMA company, this MMA sponsor, but that's good. I give it to Jeffrey just because he figured it out.
Yeah, Jeffrey, we'll do that. I'll do that for you.
And also, and also let's talk about why we're here. Let's talk about Floyd and DXing Tank, pushing him down the river. That was nice.
I seen that.
That was good. That's good. Well, in case anybody doesn't know, what had happened was Floyd Mayweather on Showtime, or was it HBO?
Showtime.
No, Showtime said that after Lomachenko beats Linares, which we don't even know what's going to happen, he's going to fight Tank Davis next. Well, Tank's Floyd's fighter, and I think Tank has talked so much shit lately and been out of pocket. Floyd's just trying to cash out on him because I think Floyd knows as well as everyone else. Tank Davis is not beating Lomachenko.
I could kind of agree with you on that due to the fact that not too long ago, Floyd was saying that Tank is taking his time. He's young and he's getting him up there and getting him to certain fights. Yeah. And then in the short period, especially in boxing, what was that? That was not even a year ago, I don't think. And that short period, now he's talking about after the fight, the next one's going to be against Lomachenko. Something went wrong. Either he's looking to hurry up and promote his promotional company more, or that he wants to be involved in a mega fight like that, or he's wanting to cash out on Gervonta.
Yeah, but the thing is this: if he was just trying to get Gervonta a good fight, not cash out, why not let him fight Mikey or somebody else?
Exactly.
In the division? There's a lot of people in that division he can fight still.
Well, that's a tough fight. Well, even Mikey.
No, I mean, but that's like setting someone to the skillet before the frying pan, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Roy, how long ago did you compete in bodybuilding? The question you had.
How long ago? My last contest was a couple of years ago, 2 years ago. And I plan on competing again this year. I'm not done yet.
No, Roy's not done competing.
Yeah, I'm going to get him ready for that.
Still have a little juice left in me.
And you're right, Jeffrey. Floyd is showing Tank what a real setup is. It's right. How about that Linares KO? You know what, Matt?
YouTube question.
Go ahead. You ask. I'll get to it.
I just don't want to pass up on YouTube because we very seldom get them.
Yeah, get your YouTube question.
Stephen Connor, What do you guys think of the fight this Thursday with Francisco Vargas and Rod Salka, if you're watching?
I like Salka. He's a good kid. And Francisco Vargas has had an up-and-down type career, you know? So I think Vargas shouldn't have any problem with Salka. I think what you get with Rod is what you're going to get. He works hard.
You know, I worked out with Rod and I trained with him.
Yeah,
actually, at Buzz
California, right? Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Buzz Garnick. And he got some talent, but, you know, that was a while ago, too. As far as with Rod, I don't see him being an issue for Vargas.
Yeah. What do you think about Amir Khan and Phil Greco? I'm a big fan of Phil Greco. I think he's a nice guy. Fernando's working with Phil Greco.
Oh yeah.
Fernando is working with him now.
I don't know too much on him though.
He does the eating gourmet thing, and he's like 25 and.
I gotta be honest on that.
Yeah.
But I do know Amir Khan. I know Amir Khan is just a phenomenal fighter, boxer.
Yeah.
If Amir Khan had a set of whiskers, I mean, he may go down. He could possibly be put up there in pound for pound, in my opinion. What do you think on that? If he had a chin.
Oh, I think definitely if he had a chin, he would be one of the greats.
I still think he has one of the fastest hands.
He might have the fastest hands in the sport. Other than Gary Russell, I think he might be one of the fastest guys. Yeah. And you know who I think might be the fastest? Our kid,
Garcia.
Ryan Garcia might be the fastest in the sport now.
Garcia's fast. I mean,
he's
fast.
Stupid fast, and he's carrying power with it.
Yeah, I don't think as fast as Amir Khan, though.
But he's carrying something that Amir doesn't.
Yeah,
One punch KO power.
Yeah, we're talking
Amir
about
Khan
speed.
doesn't have that.
No.
Kelly, did you spar with Benavidez when he was 16? I think he was 17, was he?
17. Yeah, I did.
He was 17.
And I worked with him, but I tell you what, I'm taking nothing away. He worked with a lot of other guys in the gym that were pro and very good prospects. And the kid, that's why I said from the start that this kid is legit. And I personally think that he's just going to be getting better and better and better, and he's big. And I think if he went to light heavyweight in the future, that he would probably win a world title in that weight class.
Yeah.
He's just one of those type guys that come along once in a great moon, too, that's able to do, with his size, to be able to do what he does.
Yeah, sure. Max, how much of a size difference is there between Loma and Linares? I've been around both. I think Loma might be a little taller. I think Lomachenko is about 5'8", maybe 5'9". But I think Linares is a little smaller, but I think he's a wider guy. He's a bigger guy.
And I'm going on this. You mentioned with this fight, James, that you think it's going to be closer than what a lot of people think.
I absolutely do.
And I can understand. I mean, now, going on that, after seeing I don't know what the issue was, and I thought that the Rigondeaux fight was going to be the best test for Lomachenko. But Linares can fight. I mean, this is a legit fight for Lomachenko, and people can't talk shit about who he fights after this.
No.
I like Linares a lot. I truly do, as a person, as a fighter. But I still think if Lomachenko goes in there and beats the shit out of him, what excuse is the people? Because everybody's going to sing a different song after if that does happen.
If Lomachenko dominates Linares, he moves number one on the pound for pound list. That's mandatory. Yeah. I can't even argue that. I have Crawford number one right now, and I have Lomachenko right under him with number two. So they flip the spots. Because even with Crawford fighting Horn, that does not do nothing to move him. I don't think Horn's that good. But, I don't know. And they said, what do you think about the upcoming Russell versus Diaz? We're going to have JoJo on next week, Jeffrey. JoJo's coming on the show to talk about it. But me personally, I have that a 50-50 fight. I think Russell can fight. And we know JoJo can. JoJo's tend to have lapses of concentration in fights, which kind of make me nervous.
Yeah, I like watching JoJo fight.
He was going to be coming on the show until I just said that. He's going
to call in sick.
Oh, well, fuck it. I don't care if he comes on or not.
Fuck them guys.
Fuck them. I don't give a fuck if he comes on or not. But he does.
The show sucks anyways. Why am I going to waste my time going on that?
It's a bootleg show.
Yeah, it's a bootleg show.
We're going to get to that later, too, before we go.
So, JoJo, come on, man. Help out, man. Help a brother out. Tucker Cope, Kelly, was there ever serious talk about you fighting Joe Calzaghe? Yes, there was. But at that time, I was middleweight. I had no plans on going up to super middleweight. Things happened, though. I had 6'1¼ frame and everything else. I went up, but Calzaghe was about done. I think he actually had retired before I moved to 68.
Yeah. Jeffrey, Tank versus Easter would have made sense, but it'll never happen. They're basically teammates. Easter is close to Broner, a teammate of Broner's, and now that Tank is kind of going to be moving in with Broner a little bit, working out them, they're kind of teammates. So the fight would have made sense, but I don't think you would have got a lot of people wanting to see the fight. Really, Easter's not a household name. He's a guy that should have by all rights 4 losses on his record right now, and they keep talking about Easter and Mikey, but Easter does everything he can in the world to avoid that fight and put it off on Mikey.
I agree with you 100% on that too. Easter, I don't think that I think he likes having the title and being called or champion and without jeopardizing it.
Without being a champion.
Yeah.
Part of being a champion is not winning the title. It's holding on to the title.
And that's when Bobby, you know what, that's a good point. When Bobby Mills asked me that question, what's harder, becoming a champion or staying a champion, which was a fucking great question.
Yeah, that is quite a question.
Obviously, both are very hard in the sport of boxing. I tell people, even go on because anything can happen.
One's exciting, the other one's taxing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you become champion, everything changes with everything. I'm talking about life, personal life, and obviously you got a target on your back.
Yeah. And
you got guys working their ass off to get what you got, and obviously you want to keep what you got, and it does. That's a great question, but a lot of it comes in because there's a lot of work being put in on the road to becoming a world champion.
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Kelly. Does Donaire have anything left for Frampton? William Miller wants to know. Donaire was a teammate of Kelly's and a pretty good friend of mine as well, Donaire, and really good friend of our writer Simon Lukava. Kind of put Kelly on the spot. That's your question, Kelly.
I don't know. It's hard to count Donaire out, but I think time has went by in the sport for him too. I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think Donaire should hang him up. He's made pretty good money in his career, and he's accomplished a lot. And I don't know about this fight too much. Obviously, Donaire is Donaire, and you can still win the fight. But
I went out on a limb a few years ago, or maybe 4 years ago, and Donaire had the best pure technique in boxing at one time. He had the best pure technique. His punches were perfect. Like about the time that before he fought Rigondeaux. He had speed and power, and his punches were technique. Do you remember those? Do you remember the videos he would do where he would imitate other fighters and he could do it almost perfectly? That is a testament to somebody's pure skill when they can imitate another star and do what they do. Mm-hmm. Just like you, Roy, you can imitate another bodybuilder's poses and things like that. That's a testament to your skill, being able to do that.
Yeah, well, you always make yourself. So you got to pull whatever it is that's working for you. And if you believe in it, I believe you can.
Well, he would do it as a joke.
Yeah.
I would like to see Justin put that on the background of No Dare doing that. Our producer took off.
Just when we need him to. He sits there for 3 hours a day.
He'll say, we can't put that on there. Get it in writing quick. Come on, man. Let's put the shit. We got to put a rap song on, too. Remember? He wants to put that in writing. I said, no, the guys aren't going to sue us about putting the song on.
They sent us, I synced it.
Yeah.
They sent us the message.
They say to use it?
We're sponsored by my gym.
Yeah.
Am I?
Oh, we are sponsored by my gym too.
Yeah.
The real choice champion.
I think Justin just put that up there when we were looking for another sponsor.
Hurry up, Justin.
The meatloaf. Fuck.
Fuck, meatloaf. Justin. Justin's peeling his banana in the bathroom.
Yeah.
East almost got me by Comey. You know what? East guys, I love my Cincinnati fighters too. I support these Ohio guys, but let's be fair. Easter is not an elite fighter in that division. He's a guy that's holding on to the title. He's a Sanabria.
If he don't fight somebody, they should strip him.
Well, he's fighting, but he's fighting guys that are ranked.
That's what I'm saying.
20s,
if he don't fight somebody, they should strip him.
He's the Wilder of the junior lightweight division.
He's almost becoming a fucking Thurman.
We've been looking for you.
All right, there's two things.
Can you put some Nonito Donaire on? No, Nonito Donaire. He's a fighter.
He's a Filipino Paul.
Put some of his where he does impressions, like fighting impressions.
Just put a Google.
Yeah, YouTube.
Nonito.
YouTube has the Nonito Nonito. Don. Yeah, he'll have his boxer impressions, and he does the greatest impressions. Jennifer Pierce, she's my one of my great friends and my massage therapist, best massage therapist ever, I think.
Oh shit! Speaking of that too, my
Don't tell me Roy does
that?
massage therapy.
No,
Lonnie.
it depends on who
Ronnie,
you are.
I don't want to massage Lonnie.
No, not I mean either. He has this girl that does massages, and she's like really good, really good. And if she could penetrate his ass, then I'm afraid that she may poke my spleen out, my belly button. But I'm gonna hit that up tomorrow and get one, because I'm a naughty mess.
What's say? Oh, Jeffrey, that is more than that is actually a way worth a hash. She's gonna send us homemade boudin. I'll take it. Boudin sausage from Louisiana. Yeah, I'll trade you that in a second. Hey guys, but be on the lookout. We are getting our merchandise together. We have merchandise, but we're very low on it. We got rid of it. It went really fast, and we just haven't had time to get a lot of the new stuff in. But we're gonna start working on merchandise and get it out to you guys. And if you do want merchandise from Kelly's gym, Kelly has my gym merchandise that you guys can buy. And what's the information?
We put it up on I put it up on the Punchline site, or Amy did.
Do you have it, Roy? You can give it to them again if they want any Kelly Pavlik merchandise.
It's www.shirtwizard or www.shirtwizard.com/my-gym, M-I-gym.
There you guys go.
Yes.
And get you guys a shirt. I hope you have my shirt.
We could give that to Justin right before the end of the show,
yeah.
And he could put that up after the donaire thing.
If he can, yeah. www.shirtwizard.com.
Get some damn shirts, damn it.
You know, we've been talking about it, guys. We've been talking about getting these new shirts, things that we just haven't had the time to. We're basically going to be out of the
state,
out of the area for the whole month. But
and then May we're going to be gone, and beginning of June
we got the Hall of Fame in June.
And then Spence fight.
And then Errol Spence. And then, but May, thank God we canceled Vegas.
Yeah, but we will, but the good thing is after June, it's going to be
pretty slow.
Nice little vacate.
But we also got Linares and Lomachenko fight, May 12th we're doing.
Who's controlling the Punchline right now? Because penetrate.
That would be Amy.
Amy, man, she needs some of that
penetration.
Somebody needs to park their car in that garage.
Today's Tim's birthday. He's already parking that car. Probably parking it right now as we speak. Happy birthday, Tim.
Maybe a little bit of the shocker going on too.
I want to tell Tim Green happy birthday today. Amy's husband.
Amy, what are you going to repost? Tell your hubby happy day of birth.
And we should all be in Dallas. We all will be in Dallas in June. Everybody's coming.
She's going to repost it.
Okay.
By the way, are you subscribed to YouTube? And
no, boys, not.
Are you on the show? Can you watch our show on Facebook?
No, I haven't. Huh. Sorry.
This guy's been on the show now for about an hour.
I've been trying to.
We'll get him today. We'll get him right after the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my favorite knockouts ever was you knocking out Taylor. I was shouting like tomorrow. What was that night like? I can only imagine.
Jeff, it's hard to explain. It was a great feeling. I appreciate you watching and being a fan. A lot of emotions, man. None of it really settles in until a short period later. And to be honest with you, it really didn't settle in until the last couple of years. It's weird. It's one of them things. Everything happens so fast, and it's a great feeling, and you don't really absorb it until some time after, though.
Of course, the impression of Brandon Rios is hilarious. Oh, dude, he does a great impression. Donito does of Brandon Rios. Yeah.
Brandon don't like that either. He
got pissed. But you know what? Brandon Rios don't like being picked on, but he's quick to call guys quick to bust your balls. And
I used to bust his balls at the gym. I didn't care.
Do you remember when Brandon Rios called Jesus Cuellar Planet of the Apes? Dude, oh my God, I almost died.
Still the best one. They thought they were going to get this gringo over in Oxnard. Mm-hmm. So our homie Palos, he got me. He really didn't get me either. That's another funny thing about it. He got Robert's his uncle.
Robert's his uncle.
He got his uncle, really, because Robert Garcia gave me a car out there to drive while I was out there instead of having to get a rent-a-car and shit. So he went out and he spray painted and put all this different stuff on the car that was actually his uncle's car.
Yeah, but that wasn't Pelos who did it.
Well, yeah. Who else was it? It was what Palo was that?
It was the little one.
Nestor. Nestor's a little.
How did Nestor even reach the windshield?
Yeah, the step ladder, and so they got me, and then next thing you know, the return snake prank is still a YouTube classic on Palos. I don't know where that was. Great story.
Did you ever find that video?
It's down.
Okay.
It's he's doing Mike Tyson, Pacquiao, and Mayweather.
Yeah, he does a great impression. But yeah, I mean, Jeffrey said that was an awesome night. The night you beat Miranda, you was the king to be. Yeah, I mean, I remember that fight myself. Yeah. I think I was in Iraq when you made that fight. Actually, when you had that fight, I watched it on AFN about 3 a.m.
Well, thank you for the support.
Yeah.
If I would have known,
you would have sent me a care package, huh?
I would have.
You would have.
What are those? REs or
MREs?
MREs?
Yeah. No, after that night, you better send me
you don't want one of those.
Hey, no. After
flavored MREs.
After that fight, Percy, you better send me a care package of 20s in there.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Skittles.
I would say you Skittle flavored MREs.
Right, Kelly? After what you made in that purse, you should have sent me a care package full of $20 bills. Look at this.
You had nowhere to spend it.
Yes, I did. They have the PXs, the little PX there.
James was stationed in Iraq. Where's he at? He's in a red light district in Germany.
I've been there too.
You've been.
Hey, anybody who tells you they didn't go there are liars. Let me tell you a good story about that, man. I lived in Germany I lived in Germany for 3 years, and then I lived there in Italy for 2. Well, I was in Germany, and I was a single soldier there. Anyway, here about 10 years later, I'm sitting with my wife, and we're sitting on the couch, and there was a documentary about red light districts. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching the one on Germany, and I'm just watching the show, and I feel the heat of somebody's eyes staring at me. I'm like, oh, shit. And I look at you staring at me, she goes, you ever been to the red light district? I go, oh, no, baby, that's disgusting. Fucking never go to a place like that. And while I'm saying that, I'm thinking in my head, I think I had an allotment and direct deposit going to that red light. I knew everybody by name, and they're like, I literally knew the Russian bouncers that worked there. How you doing, Heiko? How you doing?
Roy's laughing because Roy was in the army too. So
yeah, but I never went over there.
Yeah,
never,
but he knows of it and everything.
Oh yeah.
That's funny as shit.
I tried keeping my guys away from it.
Going there, I already knew how much I was taking out of the ATM when I got there. I was taking out 120 marks.
Yeah, his direct deposit was right to that certain location by itself.
You know, each piece of pussy's 40 marks, and I know I'm good for 3 because I'm 20 years old. I'm taking 120 marks out. Who had the best pussy? Colombians. The Colombians did. And with the red light district, guys,
we're gonna do a show out of Colombia.
No, with the red light district, there were 3 buildings, and all 3 buildings were 5 stories. Mm-hmm. And the best looking women were at the very top, and your low level women were at the very bottom. And they would start at like 10 marks. Mm-hmm. So each flight of stairs, they would get better looking and more expensive. But being 20 years old, you were too impatient to get to the top to see what you wanted. You made it to about the 3rd floor and saw these Colombians. Went, holy shit! All right, I'm good here. And but there's some guys that were like that were wanting to make use of their money, and they go up there and get into some freak.
Well, them guys were very experienced and probably
they
seen all stages.
These dudes go up there and get some freaky shit done. They come down with the DVD.
They're usually
they get older. A DVD with 2 and they say, "What'd you do up there?" I had 2 Swedish girls. How much was it? 300 marks. Oh shit, that's out of my pay grade.
All right, William. We're gonna get back to a little bit of boxing. William Miller, Kelly, it looked like your corner had real problems getting the cuts under control versus Martinez. If they had gotten those cuts straight, do you think you might have been able to win those last few rounds?
Who was your cut man for that fight? Doc?
No, it was a guy we brought in. There was just a whole bunch of shit that went wrong for that fight.
Do you think it would have been different if you had Rudy working your cuts or Doc Anderson?
No. I'm going to explain why. The dehydration and how hard it was to make weight for that fight. This guy was a cut man, and he knew what to use. I mean, I think he set an astronomical amount of adrenaline they used and everything to try to stop that cut.
Yeah.
I didn't lose the fight on the fact of the cut. I lost the fight. The reason why I got cut in that fight was, I hit a wall and I got caught with a stupid punch, and I wasn't tired, cardio-wise, I should say. I was tired. I was muscle drained, and I was like stuck in quicksand. As you can see, I was winning the middle rounds. So the cut even if I wouldn't have got cut in that fight, I would have been just about the same thing would have happened. I may not got hit as much because I could see better. But as far as cut, man, I'm not quite sure on that. I mean, like I said, we tried rehydrating so much in that short period of time before the fight. And nothing that I think that they could have done. They may have slowed it down a little more, but it was just a brutal cut.
Yeah. Well, Simon says, shout out to my former fighter, Paige Van Zant, UFC star.
And thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate it. I thought it was pretty close, too.
Yeah. Simon said, shout out to my former fighter, Paige Van Zant, who's a UFC star, who in her book just released, Being Sexually Assaulted in High School, her courage among everything has been inspiring. Yeah, again, like I said, jokes aside, guys, all the sex jokes aside, all that, we support anybody who comes out against sexual assault, sexual harassment. There's no place for that in our society. And I think these people need a bullet to the back of their head that do some shit like that.
No, 1,000% agree.
If you didn't, you'd be really fucked up.
Yeah. But, so we joke around on the show.
No, but I was joking about the red light because there was no
some
assault.
people
I paid good money on it.
Some people can take a dick in the ass but can't take a joke.
Yeah. No, that was not a joke. I paid some good money for pussy. I mean, and it was
but
quid pro
they got
quo.
paid.
On a serious
It's
note.
all good.
It is serious. I paid good money.
Yeah, I know.
About $12,000 a year.
I know. Tax write-off.
That's half of your pay.
You tax that off.
I already knew what I paid out.
But yeah, we do support. I mean, we don't stand for that on the show.
No.
So just let that be known in reality.
No. And anything like that. Anything where somebody else is victimized, we don't stand for,
Go ahead. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Matt.
Let me ask you this, Kelly. I have a question that I never have asked.
False.
What fight of yours were you surprised at the skill of your opponent? Like that you did not know your opponent was going to be that skilled and gave you more trouble than it was worth?
I may have to say, in all honesty, and I went into that fight, and I shouldn't say not caring, very overconfident was my last fight with Jack Lowe, with Alfonso Lopez.
Was he more skilled than you thought?
Yeah, he was athletic. He was played football, D1 college.
Yeah.
And just an athletic kid and naturally bigger. He came down from 200 pounds. And I fought him at light heavyweight, my first fight at light heavyweight. And nothing that he did never was in danger, nothing at all on that. But I gave him a handful of rounds in that fight. I don't think it was a majority decision. I definitely thought I won that, but he surprised the fuck out of me. And I'm not throwing the blame off on anybody else, but that fight also, along with the lines, was very unprepared for that.
Yeah. And
didn't have time on getting ready for him. But he was a lot better than expected. I mean, I totally went into that fight thinking 6-round knockout, 8-round stoppage, and obviously it didn't.
Let's go to the other side of the token. What guy were you really nervous about fighting? You got there and you realized the guy didn't have shit.
Man, there was a handful.
One guy you were just fucking nervous. You knew you were going to be in for a fight, and you got there and just...
And you go back to a Cedric Johnson, Grady Brewer. I knew Grady Brewer could fight.
The kid from England?
Lockett, no.
Gary? You didn't think Gary had shit in the beginning?
I'll tell you what, Lockett had the funniest and meanest looking fucking mean mug.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. You don't remember before that fight?
I didn't get to see it.
He kept walking.
I didn't see it.
Make one of them faces the entire time in the introduction.
I've seen it on YouTube. I never saw it live.
Yeah, you got to watch that. James, or, if you end up pulling that up, Justin, beginning of that fight with Gary Lockett.
I love how personal these live streams are, man. I'm going to share this to a few box groups. Yeah, that would be great, Glenn. We appreciate it. And hey, Glenn, if you get them, make sure they subscribe and like the show on YouTube. That'd be awesome.
Let me tap on
Thanks,
Simon's.
Matt.
Did you know that would be your last fight with Jack? There was something that let you know that the change was needed. Yeah, so I didn't know that was going to be a last fight with Jack. That came shortly after that fight. And, Top Rank pretty much gave me an ultimatum. And that's where, the whole thing came down with me and Jack. I don't know where we kind of lost track of each other. He thought it was my fault and that was a behind his back doing. And it wasn't. Top Rank wanted me out there. They wanted to talk to me by myself, and I was given an ultimatum. To be honest with you, even at that time, after that Lopez fight, I was like this as far as fighting though. I fought, matter of fact, even before a Lopez fight, And it wasn't due to anything else. It was just that thing with me and boxing. I was kind of lost that a little bit in the heart for it, and that's the sport that's a horrible hobby to have when you ain't got it, especially at that top high of a level. And no, but they brought me out, and I said, you know what, fuck it. What's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt to go to Oxnard, get a different trainer who's a phenomenal trainer, and so on. And that's what I did. And
well, my theory.
But I didn't know going into the Lopez fight.
My theory is panning out. Vaughn is rejected by all 3 sanctioning bodies. Guys, I'm saying it. There will be no fight in May. I'm saying it right now. There won't be. There are powers that be right now that do not want this fight to happen in May.
You want to say?
Yeah, actually, I have some things I've got to get to. I didn't know I was going to come out. You know, I have to. I've got some appointments already.
What saying? He's like, fuck this, man.
No, honestly.
I've been sitting here for literally quiet a half hour.
He can talk until he wants. No, we wait for Roy to jump in here.
Actually, yeah, I wanted to, but I wanted you guys to be I know training, I can teach you how to jab better, stronger, and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to the boxing, I'll leave that up to you guys.
We do. That's why he's leaving.
Yeah. No. No, I do have a 6:30.
Roy, and I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
But we do have fitness shows and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, we've got a bodybuilding show. Yes, absolutely.
So we'd love to have you on anytime.
We got a lot of fans that like the questions about that. So.
Yeah,
sure.
There's food in there.
Yeah.
But we'll be seeing you here in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So, all right.
See you later,
bud.
Jay.
We appreciate it.
I'll see you guys.
And I'm sure you guys appreciate the knowledge too you threw out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, you too.
Hey, are we still gonna sit this way when he's gone? We still should sit this close. Oh, look what you did. That's why we can't have nice shit, Kelly. No, I'm saying it, guys. Right
your
now,
your iPhone stand 200.
this is.
Okay, let me get to Steve. Have you guys ever read Mickey Ward's book? He talks about how he had his first amateur fight versus a man who sexually assaulted him as a kid. Powerful shit.
I haven't. I just got through reading the book that Thomas Hauser wrote with you in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to sign that for me, by the way. I should have brought it so you could sign it.
Oh, okay.
But you're gonna write "fucker" or something to ruin the book.
Well, because I'm going to ruin your fucking eBay fucking sales on it.
Why would I sell it?
Why else would you want me to personalize it and put to James?
That way, when
my best fucking friend.
No, I didn't say that. Just put your fucking name.
Put something
in there.
on it. Yeah, he just wants my name though. Because
no, you can put my name on there, but I'm just saying.
When he says just put your name, that's the first signs is that's eBay material. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
So the book was worth $20 before Kelly signed it. The book's worth $5 now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for the insult too. now you can go to fucking Germany and find the fuckers and get my name on it.
Hey, what was that movie? What was that movie about the record store? Do you remember? He goes, "This was signed by Kenny Loggins." Remember? I got this record by Kenny Loggins. He goes, "I'll give you $8 for it." He goes, "It was signed by Kenny Loggins." He goes, "I'll give you $5 for it."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let me hit these two real quick. William Miller. Yeah, there was a couple guys. I mainly focused on fighting. That's why I never talk shit. You don't see me too much running anybody down. I like to get to the ring, take care of the business, move on. I totally always looked against that. You talk shit about a guy, your fighter, or you get too mad. You lose focus on what you're doing. Secondly, when you run your opponent down and you beat him, then you obviously beat a bum when you call him a bum, right?
Justin, see the Spotify request.
So
they want you to put our show on Spotify so they can watch it. More people want to watch it on Spotify. We were on Spotify before, you remember?
Oh, okay.
We were. They took us off.
I don't know any of
Other
that shit.
producer had us on Spotify.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
They want to see if we can put us on Spotify so they can listen to us at work. Yeah, we can do that, Glenn. Our producer will look into it for us. Hopefully, we can put it on Spotify. That's awesome, though. But yeah, I mean, but I'm saying this. There will be no fight in May. There's too many powers at work that do not want this fight to happen at this point. You have commissions that are acting petty at this point. They're saying if it's not going to be our guy, we're not going to prove anybody. It doesn't know what it sounds like.
Yeah, because they know that money ain't going to be there as what it was going to be. There's
no sanctioning fee.
Yeah,
there's no fucking sanctioning fee for another. With Canelo and Triple G, you had 2 titles, right? Mm-hmm. Basically, and there would have been a sanctioning fee from both. There's only 1 sanctioning fee now. Why the fuck would they?
Yeah. You're right. There's just a lot of things going against the fight happening right now.
I honestly, I'll be the first person to tell you, and I've heard from sources, there will be no fight in May. All that money that people are wasted for this fight is for naught. People got hotels and all that.
And it does give us a little break.
It does. I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't relieved that we didn't have to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know, but you know,
Vegas is fun.
I love Vegas, but did it meet the needs of what we were supposed to do at the time? I mean, I wasn't gonna go cover a fight if it wasn't Triple G Canelo or Triple G Saunders. You know what I mean?
I agree.
People don't, and I think what people don't realize is, I think people don't realize how expensive it is for us to go to these fights.
Yeah. Especially when you're going to 5 a year or 6 a year.
6 a year.
Yeah.
And you can put on what? And let's just say Vegas is running 6,000-7,000 for the week, right? Mm-hmm. And then what? New York is always running what? About $1,000?
Oh shit.
Well, about $1,000.
15, 2.
Well, it also helps that. It also helps me and you both try to split a little bit of that, you know? That helps. But it still gets expensive. Jeff says he's booked there and still had 4 tickets. Did you cash those tickets back in? Because I know there were take refunds, Jeff, on that. But nothing says Cinco de Mayo like it's Spike O'Sullivan. You know what? You're exactly right, William. And I really don't think Spike could have made the weight by then. And that's the main thing. I mean, some of the guys that are ready that could do it aren't ready. And some of the other guys, like, I had no problem with seeing Jamie Mungia in there. I had no problem with that. Or Jaime, however you want to say it, but the commission didn't approve him. The kid was what, 24-0?
Who's that? I'm sorry.
The kid that was supposed to be fighting Triple G, Jaime Mungia.
Oh, I didn't even, you know what? I didn't even, besides Saunders, I didn't see as many of the other names possible for Triple G.
No, Damon. I don't think Vegas is going to blackball him. I don't think it's their it's a choice. It's their choice right now. He's suspended.
I don't know why Vegas would blackball him.
No, they're not. That's their biggest moneymaker. But they, the NSAC, they're gonna suspend him for a year or two, and then there's no money to be made on him.
Ah, fuck.
But it really is. Well, they've had Spike O'Sullivan, Jaime Mungia was supposed to fight him. Then they called out Billy Joe Saunders, and then
Saunders.
What's the other kid? The other middleweight. I can't think of his name right now.
The only one, that's one. The only one I heard.
And now Vaughn is, but you know the world champ. He was a champ. The one that was arguing with Canelo, or not Canelo, with the Charlos that day. We were in there. Remember him? He was arguing with the Charlos.
Danny Jacobs?
No, not Jacobs. The fight we were at. He was arguing. They were arguing. Remember that in New York? Andrade.
Oh, was it Andrade?
It was Andrade
okay.
that was supposed to fight him, and they've shut all of them down, or all of them couldn't make weight, or wanted too much. I think this fight. It's going to be on the 23rd. They're going to film. I don't know what day we're dropping that episode.
Yeah, we got to talk to them and see when if they want to.
Yeah, William is Boo Boo Andrade. But they've shut everybody down, and no one can make weight. I think this card is just meant to kind of collapse.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing at all going for it, and by the time, and if anything does pick up for it, it's going to be too late to throw together. And I don't know.
What was it like you have a Twitter question. What was it like to box Reggie Strickland?
Who keeps asking that question? I never boxed Reggie Strickland.
It
was a Reggie Rivera that I.
No, whoever is saying that, Amy, is trying to troll. Reggie Strickland has like 200 fights.
Well, yeah, losses.
Yeah, losses. The moms and flights wasn't that big of a deal for me, but when you have plans with other people to come a long time off work, yeah, it does suck. I know, Jeff. It does suck. It's happened to me a couple times too. It happens, and it does suck. Andrade would have been a good one. You know what? I think I would have went with Andrade there in that fight against Triple G. I would have said they just have just enough to maybe give him a fight. I think Andrade might be a quicker version of Danny Jacobs.
You think so?
Jeff Hughes said, James asked Kelly if them rolls on his chin from lifting or eating too much. Jeff Hughes?
Oh. I got to dip in. No, okay, he's a gay-tard.
Oh.
He's my buddy. He's always busting balls.
Yeah. Plus the expo was supposed to go on, and yeah. Well, we were supposed to go to Expo too. We were scheduled for it, but we didn't.
I should tell him. There may be rolls under my chin, but there's not as many rolls under my chin as there's rolls under your girlfriend's titties.
The Expo, yeah, we were supposed to go to the Expo too, but we had problems with the organizer, and we had some problems with one of our partners in that. I'm just say straight up, the organizer's a cocksucker for that episode, for the Expo, Box Expo.
Yeah.
The organizer's a cocksucker, and I didn't want to work with him. I don't.
Yeah, and going back on that was. We were doing that, and I know it could have been a really nice event, so I'm not knocking it to a certain point, but it was because we were already going to be out there for the fight.
Yeah.
Definitely was not going to make a trip, a Cinco de Mayo weekend to Vegas for that.
Hey, Julian, I have a question about that news story yesterday about Floyd's bodyguard getting shot. Was it worth the effort of getting angry at Jeremy Flanagan over that when he was right in the beginning? Julian was arguing with Jeremy Flanagan because Jeremy posted about Floyd's bodyguard being shot, and it was on CNN and ESPN already, and he was arguing saying it didn't happen. And I was like, why is Julian arguing with Jeremy over this? He has the info, and he lives in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right. Jeremy does.
And I was like, Julian, I mean, man, Julian's mad at the world.
That's
right
where
now.
we first met.
Jeremy, yeah. And Jacobs did well because he's 85. Jacobs didn't do well because at 185. Jacobs did well because he can fucking fight.
Yeah.
185, 285 wouldn't matter.
Well, what may help with that is that Triple G wasn't used to fighting somebody that big either.
The guy can fight though.
Yeah.
And I even
he can.
The guy can fight.
Danny Jacobs
he gave Triple G everything he could handle that night. And I had Danny Jacobs winning by a round.
Danny Jacobs is a good fighter, definitely. Quick hands. He's big, strong. You gotta respect him.
Well, yeah, and Jeff Reagan's 100% get that about the Expo. Well, I'll tell you about the Expo because this is what this show is. We're gonna be honest on the fucking show. I don't care. Me and Kelly were trying to get our dates down for this Expo because we didn't know about the fight. We're trying to get the fight down, and the organizer of the Expo, Alonzo, whatever the fuck his name is, he calls and he goes, "Hey," I'm like, "Hello," and he calls me and he says, "Hey, James." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What the fuck are you trying to do to me?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You and Kelly can't make a fucking decision." I'm like, "Whoa." I'm all, first of all, who the fuck do you think you're talking to that way? I said, "You can take your Expo and shut up your fucking ass. We don't need that shit." He goes, "We were only going as a favor to a homie of ours who's helping with it." And he's like, well, I don't want you guys not to come and all that. Well, anyway, towards the end of it, what really pissed me off of that was he said, "Is Kelly planning on charging people for autographs?" And I said, "No, I don't think so." I said, "Kelly doesn't usually charge for autographs." He goes, "Well, that's a good thing," because he said Kelly won't get much because Kelly's not a star like James Toney or Tommy Hearns. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? I said, dude, you're a menzo. You're a fucking idiot. And after that, I just realized I didn't want anything to do with the show or with that Expo. And I asked Kelly, it's up to you. If you want to do it at the Expo, I'm sure you'll have a good time there, but I'm not doing it. That was an insulting fucker right there.
Like I said, you wouldn't see me going out there for that.
I submitted the podcast to Spotify.
Awesome.
They'll let me know.
What about what? Spotify?
Spotify, he submitted
Awesome.
it.
Yeah, it's not automatic.
Floyd was hanging in that Buford Highway bar, see, by the gas station. That shit'll happen every time, huh?
Huh.
Hey, I got something to talk about.
Them people should hang out with us, though. We didn't get shot.
Hey, guys, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Conor McGregor. We do talk about MMA.
Fucking meltdown.
Let's talk about the Conor McGregor situation. You know what, though? I'm going to say one thing about Conor. Conor is not professional by any means, but could you find a more loyal friend in the fucking world than Conor McGregor? Really? This dude gets, the guy fighting Khabib, right? Khabib was getting punked out by Khabib's team, right? His whole team was basically pushing him around.
Yeah, because I'm going to want to tap on him.
And they said, well, where's your friend Conor right now to help you? That's what they asked him. Where's Conor now? Well, Conor finds out they said that. Conor lines up 25 goons, puts them on an airplane, and flies to Ireland, answers their fucking question. Now, I question his thinking process, and I question his discipline, and I question some of the other things, but I'm not going to question his loyalty or friendship. That's a real fucking friend.
Okay. Here's my take on it, and I agree with you on that. Obviously, that's.
I don't agree with hurting other fighters. That was wrong. And fucked up.
I think if you're going to do that, if you wanted to bring one more person with you and go in there and fuck them up in the lobby to that person, that there's nothing. I mean, there's something wrong with it, but there's nothing really wrong with it. It is what it is. But yeah, that was stupid what he did as far as injuring innocent people that was not involved in that. But I see people. Here's my big thing about it. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and okay, and he's gonna, whatever happens to him, if he gets in trouble or not for it, he's gonna come out of pocket pretty hefty on it.
Oh yeah.
But I see people who I know on Facebook who literally got some serious shit going on in their life 3 days a fucking week or 3 times a month or 20 times a year,
or 20 times a day.
Yeah, who in general. Here's my thing on it, where I'm getting into with this. People, when somebody who's successful fucking makes it, these people hop on and talk shit more than anybody that I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And on a regular basis, they are not subject. They are not in the same spine. Yeah, they're not in the same limelight as these other guys that have worked their ass off to become successful and entertain these motherfuckers, and they talk shit like their fucking shit don't stink and they got a halo on their head.
That being said, there is never no excuse to hurt innocent people.
No, but I'm just going. But for them to sit there and run him down and call him the names, it's like, listen, if you were in a limelight, can you imagine, and people tracked your every fucking move, can you imagine what other people would say about these people?
Fuck, right? And Glenn's becoming our best friend. He said he's tired of listening to Paulie's podcast. And he said, but before, that's where I found you guys, was Paulie's podcast. That's awesome. And thank you, Glenn. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And it means a lot to us because Paulie does have a great podcast himself.
Yeah, and Paulie's a good dude. That's my buddy. But I won't get mad that you're picking our show.
I am not mad at all that you're sick of this podcast. But, but no, back to what you're saying. I disagree with the way it was handled, and I disagree with the outcome. But in the manner of the reason he did it, I totally respect.
Exactly.
Because loyalty means everything.
And I'm not condoning what McGregor did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when motherfuckers hop on social media and start talking shit, I should be blunt. You're not the person fucking Conor really is, though. I mean, the guy fucking works his ass off. Yeah. I'm sure he donates to charity, and he did something like that. What gives you the reason to point your dirty fucking finger and talk shit about him and like brutal shit they're saying about him because of that incident?
Well, true. William says, gotta feel bad for those guys who put all that training were set to go and ended up missing out on the big fight payday. I agree, William, but don't think there's not gonna be a reckoning.
Yeah.
Conor would pay for all those fights that he fucked up on. He's gonna get the shit out of him.
They're probably gonna get paid more than what they were gonna make, a lot more than what they were gonna make for the fight.
I'm going to tell a good story. I talked to Matt Brown. He's one of me and Kelly's good buddies.
True, Scott. Very true.
We talked to Matt Brown, I did, about right out the day after the incident happened. Good friend of me and Kelly's, he's ranked number 3 or 4 at middleweight or at welterweight in the UFC. I said, what would have happened if you were on that bus? And that happened. Matt said that shit would have happened on that bus if I was on there. If it was, me and Conor would have been fighting. He goes, and I'd be a millionaire right now because I'd be in jail with him.
Pretty much Matt's thing was I was going to make money on that fight, and I'm taking, and all 20 of them, I'm taking at least 2 with me.
Yep, Matt saying, if they ruin my chance at a fight that night, I'm going to make a fight outside of that bus with them.
Yeah, and I want to clarify again, like, that was fucking horseshit what Conor did. And I know what you're saying, James, as being a friend, and what I'm saying, I'm just going off with other people. That was, like, you don't do that. You had a woman on there, a female on
Rose.
that. I mean, you don't know who's on that bus. What if somebody
I
got
agree.
their
I said that. I said
68-year-old father
there
on
was
there?
absolutely no reason for that. What they could have done is they could have whooped that dude, the dude in his team's ass, right?
But I'm just going off, like, I know people talk, and hey, my shit's my shit and there's a fuck up, but I know 90% of the people that fucking around my area that talk shit about me, I know their fucking lifestyle. And first of all, it's out of envy. They're fucking pissed off. And that's why, so when people in that situation do it, that's what makes me fucking mad.
You're right, Glenn. Exactly. They do it from their phone. But it's true. They do. But the thing is this. If I got the shit beat out of me or whatever the case be, I would hope I had a few friends that would at least come out there and make sure, hey, that he's not getting his ass whooped too bad. But that's the thing that we dealt with this weekend. I know you weren't real big on social media this weekend.
No.
You were in banana peel mode all week?
No, I'm fucking busy. I wish I was in banana peel.
Well,
I wish I could have jacked off in the shower so much when it rained. I got hard.
Well, this is something Damon can answer on, too. We had some fucking trailer trash motherfucking pieces of shit this week, right? They always want to talk shit. They always want to make fun of something that they're not doing. Oh, I want to make fun of your show. It's a bootleg show, whatever. The guys who say that, they live in a fucking trailer park in the bayou of Louisiana. Do you know what I mean? With no job.
Yeah. And the girl that was involved in it
was a junkie.
The junkie who could never drive again.
No, no. And then when we
seriously,
she can't drive because she had an assault with a deadly weapon in the vehicle and served time for it. But they want to talk shit, and it's funny because this whole group in Louisiana, they're a whole group of them. They're like all related and all that. It's crazy. But they will get on there and they'll try to roast us, and then they get roasted. And they all run back. They keep sending people every day, and they keep getting they keep getting destroyed.
They bring poor innocent victims into
to get it into the lion's den.
Into the ring of fire.
You ever seen the movie 300 with me and Damon and Carlos and Kelly and Jason Bailey were literally like the show 300. They kept setting these people in. We just kept killing them off. And I mean. But it gets to a point.
I'm to the point now. Like I never was for it, and I still don't get involved in a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I'm to the point now. I'll call it Bluebird Blue.
Yeah.
Like I had enough shit, man. People say shit, and it's like, let's compare, motherfucker. Let's. You're going to talk about somebody successful and that worked their ass off to get where they are. If you were a civilized person in society yourself, I wouldn't. Obviously, I couldn't get too mad, but. You're talking about some true fucking derelicts. Like, they should change their first name to Daryl.
Julian says, it's a good show and I'm all that. Okay, felon facts. But, yeah, man, I mean...
Well, Julian?
We call him felon facts. But she made a post still up right now, screenshots, mugshots. We had to actually block her because she would apologize. That her name is Bailey Chevenot, or it's Jet Zhao, some bullshit. Anyway, she would get on and apologize when she would get sober.
Jet Van Gonorrhea.
Yeah, with Van Gonorrhea. Well, when she would get sober, she would fucking apologize, right? And then at 7:30 a.m. when she got her drunk back on, she'd get back on talking shit again.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Orlando Carson.
I haven't heard from Orlando forever. Yeah. But she said, where's Kelly? How come Kelly never has your guys back? I said, what are you talking about? He just up there called you an asshole. What do you think?
And Julian said, hey, I got a driver's license.
Do you? It has restrictions, though. Yeah. Can't leave the county.
Can't be within 500 yards of a school zone.
Nah, Julian ain't that kind of fella.
I know, I'm fucking with him.
Julian's the kind of fella that'll steal your fucking DVD player, but he's not that.
Oh, didn't she get in trouble for that too? Jet Van, whatever, gonorrhea?
Yeah, all kind of shit. Selling Suboxone. Suboxone is not clean time.
Hey, I used to box.
I used to box. I used to sell Suboxone. I've been Suboxoning for years.
Yeah, I've been boxing Suboxones for years.
I've been Suboxoning for years. Multiple accounts, still shit drunk. I'll go drinking Listerine from the dollar store. Yeah. But no, like, the thing is this. What had happened is, I spent a lot of us make memes, and I know it's going to sound petty, but we make memes, and a lot of those memes are fucking hard work, man, to make a good meme. Well, as soon as I did, those fucking derelicts from Youngstown would take the meme, steal it, and call it their own. Now, really...
Youngstown?
No, from, not Youngstown, from the fucking, that trailer park in Louisiana. No. Those fuckers. But
what if they do the water boy? What was his name?
That guy went, now.
Yeah, Bobby
Boucher. No, but, yeah. Mama said. But no.
Hey, speaking of memes, man, I haven't had the time to harvest any. And I may have to steal.
Bro, have you seen my meme? Have you seen the fire that I've been laying out since I've been getting them stolen lately?
I may have to steal them or something, dude. Or you're wherever you're getting them at or making them.
Making them, man.
I ain't got time to fucking sit there and make them, though. That comes to work.
Scott Bessie said he never seen Jet fight, but he'd love to see her box. I got pictures, Scott. I'll send it to you.
Well, you know what? Go look at a fucking speed bag that had the bladder beat around on the inside of it, and there you go.
There you go. That trailer park, Louisiana.
with the leather outing coming off.
No, but they fucking. It's like it's weird, but you know what? There are some good people there. I will say that, like you got people like Michelle Chouchette, and a few others, and Aaron Guidry and his brother, good people. But then you got those other that ruin it for everybody else. You know what I mean? You have good people, then you have everyone else.
Yeah, I think Scott wants to hear a box. I bet you could get some syphilis of the eye just by staring at that box.
Shit, Scott makes $100 an hour. I'm sure he could get anything he wanted.
Yeah, why would we want to see that?
I don't know. Scott, you live not too far away from that park. But ask after doing it. D-Rock and Pop-Tart are bums out of work and has lupus. Yeah, and then you have D-Rock Meha on there, and that Shane Pop-Tart, Totard. They were talking. They were the ones to start the whole thing because
that fucking nickname Pop-Tart really fits him too.
They look like a fucking Pop-Tart.
Flaming Pop-Tart.
But Sunnyvale, they call it Sunnyvale, like from Trailer Park Boys. Love that show. Jeff did, but no, they get on there and they talk shit. And I was nice about it. I said, "Hey man, can you give my meme 5 minutes before you steal the motherfucker and post it and then say it's yours?" I mean, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't make that." I did, because I even had to pull up a friend of mine that says, "Yeah, he makes them because we share them." Lawrence Vaughn's, right? Mm-hmm. And I know, but then they want to start talking, and it wasn't the stealing of the meme guys; it was the shit talking after.
Syphilis of the eye. JD goes, as long as I don't have to hear her voice, I'd watch her try to fight herself out of paper bag. Streets. JD's cool too. JD Martin is really cool. And she's like the hottest girl on there, I think, too. Scott Best said I was just trying to be funny. I'll pass by looking at the dumpster fire. We know, homie. Her kid looks like a special needs kid. I said her kid looked like Herman fucking Munster. I don't want to pick on people's kids, though. Fuck that little motherfucker. Fuck him. She didn't care about talking about anybody else's. You know, play that song. Get him, boy, get him. Kidnap that fool. Watching diamonds. Ooh, kill him. And yep, that fool. I see the man shine. No, Pop-Tart's not his real name. There was a picture Pop-Tart took where he had these white 70s disco jeans on. They look like skinny jeans, but they're white. Who wears white skinny jeans? And you know, we should wear them for the show. He's obese though, and then he had like a snapback hat that was turned backwards and a shirt that didn't fit. It was dirty, and then it was in a trailer. But if you look on the trailer floor, it was full of dirty socks and all kind of nasty shit on his trailer floor, and a door that was taken off the hinges. I about died when I saw the door off the hinges. I said, "Do not talk shit if your shit is not straight." You know what I mean? Because somebody knows you somewhere. Dude, when the door was off the hinges, and I seen the door was literally, I died when the door was off the hinges. That's the people going back on it. That's the people that talk shit. Yep. Well, it is. Done venting on that. Well, no. And hey, guys, if anybody has any questions about boxing, trailer parks in Louisiana, red light district pussy, weightlifting, now's the time to ask. Anything else we covered? What's that box do? What's that box do? Yeah, Justin didn't post No Nido Donaire video.
I've got the video. I can post it.
You want to put it up?
I can put it. You won't be able to hear it.
That's fine.
Well, or do you want to?
Do you want it behind you, or do you want it in front of you so that's all they see is the video?
However you want to do it.
It's another thing. Okay, well, make sure you get the gym shirt up too.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
I'll post the gym shirt when I do the outro.
Okay.
I'll put the thing for that too.
Hey, I'm gonna buy a shirt today.
Wrapping up.
I need to get a shirt today too.
Okay. You will.
Thanks for charging me though for it. Appreciate it.
No.
I got it.
I'll start it off.
Yeah, Michelle really has really hot friends. Will Greg Dukes be back? You know what, William? I hope not, because that motherfucker's crazy. He beat me in 1993. He was 2 wins and 22 losses when he beat me, and he's never lived that shit down.
Oh, that's the one we had on the show.
Yeah.
Greg Dukes.
Greg Dukes. How about Kelly's life as a goon? That's a good one. We were talking about that.
There you go. Who are the top 5 fighters you can move like the best? Huh? Who are the top 5 fighters you can move like, imitate the best?
You don't work anymore. You just
I don't know. A lot. You got Trinidad. You got Tyson. You got Roy.
All right, guys, we're gonna show a little bit of Nonito.
You got
technique that where he would.
I can't do it.
He would do like.
You got
what was it? He would
Lopez.
do it in
Pretty much it.
Prince Nassim, Manu,
Nassim, yeah, I can do
Floyd.
Nassim, Floyd, that's right. So yeah, I can do all that.
You'll have to give us a little taste of each one.
All right.
And they're cheating
We
too.
got some better
Photo
ones.
bomb.
Yeah.
Doing a photo
Okay.
bomb
We
on
got
us.
some great ones.
Who was the first guy? So Mike
Yeah,
Tyson.
Yeah.
But no, we got Nonito. He's going to show some impressions. I think.
You call it out.
Okay.
You wanted something else.
All right. Tyson.
Tyson now, Tyson.
Yeah, why I'm standing is no, I'm going to do it. I said that earlier, Julian, that the federal commission is the one that can take his ID. The U.S. Our federal ID is going to be snatched.
This it?
I'm trying to keep up on these.
Okay, one who got a race with you. Who you showing?
Right.
I haven't.
Oh, Mike
I'm so
Tyson.
used to throwing wide now. Tyson's like this.
Nonito's doing
He's
Mike
short,
Tyson
so.
impression, guys.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Look how ferocious he was back then.
Where was that at? Garcia, right?
That's Oxnard. That's the old gym over on 14th. Who else did we get? Who else? That was he's doing Pacquiao. No, he's not doing Pacquiao. Yeah, is he doing Pacquiao? Yeah, he's doing Pacquiao. That's Pacquiao.
Harry.
Okay, how about Manny?
Holy shit, that's Harry.
I don't know if that's what he's doing. No, he's not doing Pacquiao because when he has Pacquiao, he tells you how.
I'm gonna do more.
I don't know who he's doing. That might just be him right now. He say Marcus say boring. Okay, well, that's fine. Why do I have...
Oh, yeah, I think he's getting ready to pack it out.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Floyd.
Floyd. That's easy.
What's that? Yeah. Right, Jeffrey? Back in his prime, he was a sharp dude, man. I mean... Marcus Red said the show's boring. That's cool. That's cool. It's not...
We're just showing Nonito Donaire doing impersonations.
Oh, no, I forgot. Roy, you gotta show us Roy a little bit.
All right.
Last one.
Thanks for tuning in, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, here's Floyd now.
Yeah, he's in Floyd. I just wanted it.
You must have forgot.
I still took the mid off.
Dude, that's training.
Roy Jones. He does a great impression of Roy.
Yeah, Bobby, we are.
Who do you got?
Kind of, no, not actually.
Then I said a long time. Combination four.
They're not hacking it, they're bootlegging it, and they're pretending it's their show.
You know what's crazy, Nonito? You hit the mitts like people hit a heavy bag.
Put the shirt up.
Yeah, you do the shirt now, and then we're gonna get ready.
They're taking the show and they're making it their show, and they even have a time slot for it, and they're selling merchandise that's not legit, and they're doing stuff, and they're making a shit ton of money, and we're not.
Yeah, a lot of people are, a lot of followers. D-Rock just chimed in. I was watching.
Cool. That's awesome. What'd he say?
Nothing. He's just watching.
Of course he is.
You have to go back and listen.
That's cool. But yeah, and of course he is. But that's cool. But no, like I said, if the show's not for your liking, hey, no hard feelings, man.
Yeah.
Keep it respectful, and we'll keep it the same way. You know what I mean? Delilah's here, guns.
What up, babe?
Is there Nonito? We just showed Nonito.
Yeah.
But we got the My Gym up stuff going. We got the stuff going on. The merchandise where you can find Kelly's My Gym shirts, and he has a great picture on there of the great picture of the Reaper, the Grim Reaper on there.
Oh yeah.
That's a great fucking picture, dude.
That is the sweetest hell.
I know.
Whoever made that.
I wish. Do we have a picture of the shirt? Is there a picture of the shirt?
No.
Of the actual shirt.
It's on that site.
On the site, guys. Go in there and take a look. It has the Grim Reaper on there. It's pretty badass. So if you guys, You know you're making it when they're ripping. Yeah, Jeff. You know that's what they're telling us, but we haven't made anything.
But yeah, but it's the amount of fucking views that they're getting over there.
They had 550,000 views for some of our last episode. We had 27,000. They're like knocking our shit out of the park.
Oh, thanks, Delilah. Tell them I said happy day of birth.
There's a guy out of Dallas that's like that. Something Jarvis. I talked to Derek James. He told me Marvelous Jarvis was the best natural fighter he's seen when he's in shape. You know, Jeffrey, and it's possible. There is so much talent out there with guys that we're not even aware of yet.
I tell people, like, if somebody goes, there's this kid here who got a chance to be a next world champ. He's good, and he ain't signed by nobody. I said, you know what? Every major city or small city got at least one of those at their local boxing gym on the corner, man.
And people ask me, how do I get my guy looked at? How do I get my guy signed? I tell them one answer, or basically keep winning. Yeah. You keep winning, they will find you.
Or that, yeah. If anybody who's training, get your kid into the fucking amateurs and have them win tournaments too. I mean, it's like any other sport. You have scouts out there too. If your kid has 1, 2, or 3 national titles, that will grab somebody's attention. It's a great selling point to a promoter when you're trying to push them.
Julian asked again, JoJo versus Russell. I'm going to take JoJo. I have a 50-50 fight, but I'm leaning with JoJo just on that. And because Russell's inactivity. What do you think?
Overall, I like the way JoJo fights, and I think that he could get away with some of the lapses he has. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think he wins this fight.
Dude, I almost dozed off at the fucking at the Canelo Triple G fight when JoJo was on the undercard, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
But I still think he's a good enough fighter, though, that he can get away with it with this fight.
Oh, but this JoJo looked dynamic his last fight. He looked amazing. And, of course, Delilah likes JoJo. She loves all her Olympians. Delilah on here, Delilah Rico was the team manager for the U.S. Olympic boxing team for the men and women.
Yeah, so Delilah, I got to talk to you, boo.
She's pretty special when it comes to the amateur program, USA Boxing, and she's in the know. She is she's a subject matter expert. So if you guys have any questions about USA Boxing, fighters, or how to get or how to promote a fight in your city, she's the person to go to.
I have to talk to her about that.
William Bondi wants to know, Pacquiao splits from Roach. Any words on that? You know, they had their run. They had a good run together, and I don't think they're at a certain point in their life where they want different things. I think Roach knows it's the end for Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And also, Freddie can't do the things he used to do with Manny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and physically.
Yeah. And there's a time in your life when you gotta ante up and realize what's best. What's best for you is not best for each other anymore.
And Roach got other guys that he can work with right now. When it comes to that happens in a career, I mean, they had a great run together. New things, especially at the end of the career, what's it going to hurt?
Right? Delilah said, anytime, gun, just call me. Yeah. But no, I mean, there's a certain point where you can only do so much. I mean, I'm sure you and Jack came to that point. You were not benefiting each other anymore.
That's what I mean. Well,
you were benefiting him. But.
Yeah, when it happened, that's why I was kind of hurt by it. Like, we had a great run together. Yeah. I stuck around. I had a lot of heat on me from Top Rank.
Yeah.
And that's why, the whole thing with that was, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I love Jack. I mean, I've always with him so long since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And not only did it hurt like how he responded to it, but it just hurt the fact that how it ended. You know what I mean? And I think now, it's a little better. We talk. I go to his fights, and it's nice. It's nice to be back. We shared a lot together, and it is what it is, but that happens in a career.
It does.
Especially at the end of a career, so like what Pacquiao and Roach, what's going to hurt Pacquiao now at this stage? I mean, he's at the end of his career.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Would you have made that decision to leave Jack if Top Rank didn't say anything, or would you have stayed?
I would have stayed home.
What?
Yeah, I would have stayed. Because there was nothing mentioned of going. What I'm saying was I got hit with that quickly.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you knew you had you had Robert Garcia out there wanting to train you, right?
Yeah. No, I would have stayed though. I would have stayed home.
But you do admit that Robert was the better trainer.
I learned more. Yes, I learned.
They taught you more.
Yeah.
And do you think that's what you needed? Maybe that's something that you would have needed early in your career from Robert.
It could have been, and Top Rank wanted me, but like I said, how many times Top Rank, and that's how it was. It is really hard to know how many. I mean, can't between everybody, but yeah, it was on me from 2002.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, and I stayed with Jack till.
Well, I think you were more loyal than most people would have been.
Yeah, till 2011. Yes,
let's face it, you made the guy hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
By keeping but again, I knew I was at the end of my career, and it was a move that, like I said, when they give you an ultimatum, I mean, there was no me sitting there saying, you know what, no, I want Jack or this or that or I ain't fighting. It was like, dude, you're going to do this, and this is it, and this is how it's going to be, and that was the choice I was given.
Julian, that video posted was not Lenars getting slumped. That was Lenars slumping his opponent in sparring. That Lenars was the one that knocked that guy out. It wasn't Lenars getting knocked out. It was Lenars. D-Rock says Roach lost a few guys that were higher in the food chain and last. He has. I mean, D-Rock's right. Roach has lost because he can't keep up. And you know what? But the thing is this. There's something deeper than that, because Zamudio is a great fucking trainer. You know his assistant? Zamudio? Yeah. That kid has worked with Cotto and everybody else. Zamudio is a beast, and he's like the next big star on the horizon. I really think Zamudio is going to take over for Roach and be just as successful or more.
Can we block Miguel? Fucking Miguel, dude.
Who? What do you say? You looking cute today? Hey, Miguel, I sent you a cat video. Did you watch it? Me and Miguel share cat videos.
Yeah, it's probably about the only pussy he ever sees.
Hey, Miguel gets some pussy, man. I seen him with those women at the fucking in Vegas.
Right? I didn't. Okay.
Jeff Johnson wants to know if there's any plans to try and get Charlie Z back on here.
He said he was gonna file some kind of charges on us. Honestly.
Did he?
Yeah. Did you watch his video?
No.
For harassing his dad.
Oh.
We tried to call his dad because we couldn't get a hold of him, and he got on video.
No, we didn't.
What?
No, we didn't.
No, we did.
Yeah, we did. We did call his dad.
We didn't know if it was the right number.
That's true. We didn't know if it was right.
But we did call his dad. But he said that he was going to file charges on us.
How's that harassing, though? Because we didn't say anything bad.
Because he was mad about doing the same thing to him as he does to everybody else.
I'll countersue the fuck, man. I got it all over my phone. I'll countersue the shit out of that motherfucker.
Yeah. There's another question here, too. Oh, Derek, Kenneth, much love from Youngstown, Kelly.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Kenneth.
Marvin is going to have to be relied on. Yeah, I agree, Amy. He's going to. Can Boo Boy get pack ready, properly ready? Well, you know what? I don't think so. I think Boo Boy was a great gopher. He's a great guy. He's a great get fruit guy.
A golfer?
He's a get fruit guy. You know what I mean? You know, in camp, what do you have? You have the third man, right? What's his job?
Get food.
Get fruit. Bring me fruit, right? The get fruit go, and he carries a spit bucket. He's a bucket gimp.
I had the best fucking cornerman ever.
Did you?
Brian Zordich.
The football player?
Yeah, told him one day, Jack Lowe was like, Brian, go get Kelly some fruit. I'm not talking about like a banana and an apple, or maybe just one or the other. So this motherfucker goes to the hotel. Now, we're not big at the time. This is only my third pro fight in Denver. So I'm like undercard, Stevie Johnson.
Yeah.
And he fucking goes and like comes up like 15 minutes later. And it comes with this huge fucking basket. Like huge. It's like the whole basket that feeds the continental breakfast in the morning. And Jack's like, what the fuck you doing? He's like, we just asked for like a banana or an apple. He's like, well, fuck. You said you want a fruit. Here's a fucking fruit. And dude, one time in Kentucky on the court. Yeah, he had his nose. He goes, fuck, you said you want a fucking fruit. Here's a fruit.
Was his nose broken?
Oh, many a times. Well, one time we were watching a movie, and the night before the fight, and he's on the bed, and I hear, I go, Brian, you sleeping? He's like, fuck no, this movie's awesome. We asked one time, they had a big banner in the foyer. The foyer of this hotel had a balcony that ran in a square. Okay, so it was up against the walls and ran in a square. And in the middle of this humongous foyer, probably 60 to 70 feet in the air, was this huge banner, and Jack was screwing around. I was like, man, I would love to have that for
He
a
took
gym.
the fucking banner, didn't he?
Yeah, and nobody to this day knows how he was able to get that because there was no way of doing it from the balcony or anything.
Dude.
And he had it rolled up in the hotel room that morning, and we kept asking him, Brian, how did you get that? Well, you fucking know, I got it for you. Don't fucking worry about it. You know, don't ask, and it won't hurt.
Kevin Kennedy says, "What's up, James and Kelly? How you doing, Kevin?" And then Derek says, "I train Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, and leverage in Cortland. Next time you're in town, swing by. We're doing big things." You know, Derek, we're gonna bring Matt Brown in. Matt Brown's coming in to do a seminar soon, and we're bringing the kickboxing champion. What was his name? Dorian Price. Dorian Price, also from US, from the Ultimate Fighter season 5 will be here. We're bringing Vitor Oliveira, hopefully.
Yeah, but Derek, definitely, that wouldn't hurt to stop by though and check that out, Derek.
We're bringing Vitor Oliveira, Pan Am's game champ, and we're also bringing Rocky Edwards, and we're going to be bringing Dan Siegel, last but not least, in. Oh, dude. And you were Miss Guns. Jeff says, have you been to Girl Collection in Vegas? It is comparable to that place in Fremont that got the ball to the wall. No, Jeff, but you know what? That is on my list. I actually been to the one in Atlanta that looked like two titties. You never heard of that? Dude, you go. There's a strip club in Atlanta, right? And it's shaped like two titties.
Anybody get
it's
shot
like the
there?
titty something. No, but they even have a bus that comes and picks you up. If you can't get out, like it'll actually pick you up from your house.
Service with a smile.
Yeah, but dude, like, can you? This bus pull. It's like one of those, those party buses. Mm-hmm. It pulls up and just picks you up from the house like a taxi.
Like a double-decker one.
Yeah, and it has all kind of titties on the outside, like titty sirens. The sirens look like titties too. Dude, could you imagine the trouble you would have been if that pulled up in front of your house with titty sirens going off?
Oh, damn it! I had no idea. Anthony Santiago was that deep in Bellator.
Anthony fights everywhere, bro. Anthony just fought. Anthony is like one of the most consummate.
That's
pros.
another one I'd like to get up here too.
Oh yeah, well his judo,
Kenneth.
His jiu-jitsu and judo is both on point, and his boxing is on point. You know.
Well, he did originally. He started with boxing, didn't he?
He started with judo.
Judo.
Anthony boxed for the U.S. Army, so he could as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And then now I think he has his brown belt in judo and he has his purple belt in jiu-jitsu right now. And I think he's about to get brown belt right now.
Yeah.
I heard Floyd Sr.'s working the door. I hope so, Jeff. He might not remember where he's at, to be honest with you.
Wouldn't understand the thing he's saying.
No. James and the Buford joints. Yeah, see, they already know. They already know about the two. But door's always open, man. Yeah, that would be great, Derek, to come up there.
We'll check it out, Derek, for sure. Maybe even get lucky. Maybe we've seen what's going on with the show. Maybe do a remote out or sometime or something. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Well, listen, guys.
What time is it?
10 after 7.
Oh yeah.
Had a great show today. Enjoyed another good one. I thought today went really well.
And I appreciate everybody tuning in, listening in.
Next week we will have a guest on,
Jojo Diaz, and we'll see what happens this week. We'll follow the news, and I know James will follow the news and see what's going on, and maybe it'll be some more shit to talk about by next week. We'll find something. If we don't have anything, we'll talk about the strip clubs and stuff. We'll always have something to talk about.
We'll definitely have a topic.
Before we go, they have one more question.
I'm surprised David didn't bring any topics up today.
What's your thought of what's your thoughts on Devin Haney, buy or sell? I buy. Devin Haney's talented as fuck. I've seen things Devin Haney has done in the gym before. The kid's talented. Check out my school, Haskett from Courtney, just purples under Tom DeBlas, and chances are he's going to the cage real soon. We will. We'll give him. We will do that for sure. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. We appreciate it. And remember, guys, if you guys enjoy the show and you like it, and you're not subscribed, please subscribe and like the show. And if you want, share the show. When you guys start doing that, we will start doing more merchandise, and we will start awarding prizes for the most for subscribing and getting the most. Share it to get more people subscribed, and we'll hook you up with prizes and autographs and all kind of cool shit. Training sessions with Kelly, we can even do that.
Yeah.
We'll do all that. Like I said, just make sure you guys share it.
James will do a 10K run with you guys.
What the fuck?
Well, you fucking said I'm going to start training fucking...
A training session with you.
Yeah,
you
what the
training
fuck,
them.
man? I can't even brief.
You can train them. You can say, hey, you're throwing a left, your jab wrong. You're throwing a
Throw
right
three
hand.
fucking
This
punches
ain't
and
the
I'll be fucking having an oxygen mask hooked up to me.
Jeff, I wish we were on HBO and Showtime. You know, we're working on a deal with Cirrus right now, to be honest with you. We're pretty in deep we're in pretty deep talks with Cirrus, right?
Yeah, I think
we're
so.
We're in really deep talks right now with Cirrus. So hopefully that works, and I hope they don't try to change the show too much, because we've already decided if they change the show, we're fucking walking. We're not going to do what they want us to do. We don't do what people tell us to do.
Miguel, you're a hell of a photographer. I want you to snap a sexy-ass selfie of yourself, homie.
Miguel said he wants a hair of Kelly.
That's what I told him. I want a sexy-ass selfie of himself.
We're going to see you in New York, Miguel.
Huh?
Delilah, you just shut up, or you can run the 10K with me.
Yeah, we got there, Rick. It was they're over in Europe and parts of Asia. They were bootlegging our show. Streaming it.
They were streaming it illegally, but on a internet network, like an internet TV show. I don't know what internet TV shows are. What is that? It's like an internet TV show. They've been showing it like in Germany at 10 p.m. or 10:30 on Thursday nights as a regular show, and they're averaging like 550,000 viewers an episode. Really crazy. But they're selling merchandise that's autographed by Kelly that Kelly's never signed. And even me, there's an autograph. But let me tell you what, I'm not nobody. I don't give a fuck if they want to fake my autograph. They can, because I ain't shit. But faking Kelly's is another thing. You know what I mean? Like, Kelly, we don't sign Kelly. The only thing Kelly signs is stuff that's sent to him through Ohio. Like, we don't see other shit. No. If it's in Europe, it's not a real autograph.
Yep. So if you get something signed that's not from Ohio, it ain't mine's. Rebecca
wants us to run a 5K with her.
No way, Scott. No. I tell you, the only way you'll see me running a 5K is if you got a fucking German Shepherd behind me chasing my ass. How many miles is 5K? Like
3.14.
3.14. That's the only way.
3.12, right?
You could arrange it. That'd make a hell of a show.
What?
You could get a German Shepherd to chase your ass for 3 miles.
That would be hilarious.
You better hope that fucking dog eats me.
Dude, I could get a schnauzer to chase him for 3 miles. You better not fuck up Gabby.
I'll fucking eat her.
You better not. She's a good dog.
I'll play survival and fucking cook her in the fire. Cat time.
It's true, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, true. But let me tell you a story before we go about Kelly's autographs. I had this really pretty WBC belt, right? Really, the thing cost like $350. This WBC, and my wife had bought it for me because it was beautiful. It was a collector. I said, Kelly, sign this for me, because I had already had Kelly and Mikey on there and a few other WBC champs. Kelly writes, "Fucker" on there. He wrote "fucker," ruined the whole belt. I'm like, dude, I can't take that off.
That's right.
So, like, I have this belt.
James, I'll buy you another one and sign it for you.
You can't buy another one. You can't find that belt no more.
Yeah, you can. I can ask WBC to make me a replica.
Nah, that's all right.
But, I'll get you. I'll sign it.
Dude, nice. I had Mikey. I had Floyd. Who else I have?
That's what happens when you come
Joe Frazier. I had Frazier on the motherfucker. I said, Kelly, sign my belt and finish the whole trifecta off. And he writes, "Fucker."
I'm a jealous friend, man.
You wrote "fuckhead" on there.
You had all the guys on there before me.
I didn't see you at that point. I was still living in California.
That's your fault.
He wrote "fuckface" on there. You wrote "fuckface" on my belt. So I got this belt with Mikey, Frazier, Mayweather. I think I got Pacquiao on there, and then I got "fuckface" on there.
That may be worth more.
Oh, why did I say "fuckface"? Kelly Pavick wrote that. No, he didn't. Okay, yes, he did. He wrote "fuckface."
I'll get you another one.
You don't need to get me another one.
Yeah,
I'll just take the original.
Because now you're really making me feel bad.
I'll just take the original.
It's great, though. I'm telling you.
You do have a replica at your house, Kelly. Kelly, you do have a WBC replica.
I do. I'm not giving you it.
The full-size replica. That'll make up for it.
No, I'll get you another
Kelly has a WBC full-size replica. That's enough trade, guys, right? I'll try the rubbing alcohol on it, Glenn. I will.
Yeah, Ricky, we're getting ready to bounce off the show. We talked about that. Until we really find out what all the rules consist of and what's going to go on with it. There's not really much to talk about on it. I don't.
What?
On the rules with Connor and Floyd.
We have a lot of them hasn't been put out yet.
Yeah. I mean, if it's going to be a clean version of boxing in a octagon, obviously I'm still going to go with Floyd Mayweather.
If there's kicks,
kicks or anything,
But Derek says, can we talk about how many boom boom autographs are floating around? Don't flood the market like that. He only signs autographs if there's something in it for him. Fuck him.
You heard Derek.
See you guys. Love you, Kelly. You sexy, bold fuck. That's Miguel.
Okay.
Hey guys, in case you don't know, this Miguel Salazar on there. He's one of the best. He probably is. He's the best photographer in the business in boxing. He's
in love with me.
Yeah, he was Pacquiao's. He's Lomachenko's, Kovalev's photographer, Triple G's photographer. He's the man in the business.
He is.
Great
He's
guy.
a really good photographer.
Yeah, he is. Michelle, hi Michelle, and we didn't say nothing mean about everybody in the, like we told you wouldn't. They post the rules basically dirty boxing in a ring, no kicks. Well then I'm gonna have to go Floyd again, right?
Yeah, we're having him too. No, I'm not Delilah, but I mean he's I tell you what, he's consistent with getting me on a date.
Did you hear the other news? Roger picked up a new fighter.
Ooh, that I think I seen that.
Kanat Islam.
Yeah, I just see that.
My primo Roger, one of Kelly's best friends, Roger Romo, picked up. He's training now. Actually, training as a fighter is Kanat Islam, who's 25 wins, no losses, 21 knockouts. He's an Oxstar now. Keep an eye out.
Roger doing it, man. He's doing it out there.
Yeah, and like I said, guys, great show today, and I really appreciate it. And if you guys like the show, share it or go to YouTube, like and share, and please subscribe. That's the main thing. Subscribe, and if you don't like it, subscribe anyway and just shut us off. But
yeah, just fucking subscribe.
And I want to thank all of our sponsors: Everlast Choice of Champions, Dawn Automotive, Get Your Money Apparel, and My Gym.
My gym.
Yep, and my second TV show, Original Posters. And that should be it right now, right?
Yep, we already said it, Delilah. Bye.
And,
Take care.
See you Tuesday, guys. Next Tuesday is JoJo Diaz.